Who makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait. It's your fate, this is the Fins Tailgate. Now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
What is happening, Dolphin fans, and welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate, baby, with your host El Capitan tonight on the tailgate party that never seems to stop. We gonna get y'all caught up on some Miami Dolphins news, baby. I'm gonna be watching this UFC fight too. I mean, should be a good one. Hit the like button on the way ins. You know what time it is. Saturday night tailgate party. Gonna be opening up donations for shots. So we'll be tossing a few back. A little silly. Got a couple of things I figured we'd do. I'm gonna drop the link. We're gonna bring some people up. We're gonna hash some things out, Dolphin fans. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go into all kinds of stuff. Jeff Hafley was on Jim Rome. We got some audio from that. Dolphins hiring offensive assistants and all kinds of stuff. Funny enough, they hire offensive line coach Matt Applebaum. Where have I heard that name before? Pretty interesting. We also got, their DB's coaches, Nathaniel Hackett in here as one of the boys in the crib. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? Slowick going to run the offense. Nathaniel Hackett going to help him be here as well. We got offensive line assistant coaches and things be happening. Still haven't announced a defensive coordinator. And I got to imagine that they're waiting to see because technically they got a DC on the team. Old Weevies, old Weevy man, Anthony Weaver, still around here. I think the Dolphins want to keep him. I think he would be fine. I think could work well with the new coach Jeff Hafley. I also think maybe we should rank the coaches hired thus far. Now, we still don't know, at least to my knowledge, Raiders head coach and Cardinals head coach, right? We're still waiting on those two teams to hire their head coaches. We know the Bills elevated from within. Hit the like button, everybody. Yeah, Frank Smith went to the Vikings. Shout out to everybody in chat. How's the mic? Last show, the mic was popping. How's the mic, chat? Let me know in chat. What's up, Ken Sean? What up, now? Hit the like button. John Featherland, hit the like button. Liz, hit the like button. Michael K. Dream car is a Prius? No. My dream car. I don't know my dream car. Damn, camera out of focus. Let's get it. Come on. Camera out of focus. Now it's back. Dream car. It's not a Prius, Michael K. I don't know. I'm not really like a car guy. Like a old 67, 69 Chevy Nova. That's a fucking tight ass car. I always liked El Caminos. I'm more of a truck guy, honestly. And that's it. I like trucks. Shit, I like me a van too, dog. Fucking fit everything up in a van. So now I'm not a gearhead per se. Give me comfort, give me speed, give me good gas mileage, and I'm gonna be all right. Jamie, what's up, Jamie? Hit the like button. Liz, G-Man, Dolphin. What up, G-Man? Hit the like button. Who else up in here? Ghost, what's up? Oh, shit. Look what a cat drug in. Straight hot. Got fuck. That's your upper lip. Frank Smith to the Vikings. Joe Wrist. Yeah, I know. We can get into some of that. Hitting the like button. Yeah, I knew as soon as I said van, Michael K was going to say some shit. Yeah, I'm a pimp van kind of guy. What up, Grump? I'm going to be dropping the link, everybody. Hit the like button. How's the mic sound? Mic good? Mic good? Tonk, what up, Tonk? Tonk, how's my mic? My mic sound good? It ain't popping, right?
It sounds better than the 1972 Dolphins.
Whoa. That's perfect. This is perfection then. This is perfection. Oh, shit.
That's all we know around these parts.
All right, cool, guys. Thank y'all. Hit the like button. I'm dropping this link, Tonk. We're opening it up. Donations for shots. Anyone who comes up on panel has to participate. I got the Bullet Vodka old fashioned cocktails. These things are the shit. Okay, they're awesome. They come a pre-mix old fashioned drink, so it's got bitters and fucking orange and straight fucking bourbon whiskey up in this bitch, which is tasty. And it's a little sweeter than I like it. And the alcohol isn't as, it's a bullet vodka or bullet fucking alcohol brand, which is okay. They're okay. I'm more of a wild turkey guy myself.
Yeah. Or Jim Beam.
No, I'm not a Jim Beam's too sweet, too much sugar in it. Runs through you too fast, get you shitty. This shit's kind of like Jim Beam. I think it's a little bit better than Jim Beam, the bullet brand, but it's still a little too sweet for me. I need a little bit more higher. I don't know. Something about a higher proof alcohol does better for me. I don't know why. These I think this is an 85. Yeah, it's an 85. These 85s. 75, 85 kind of get me twisted more than like a 101. Riddle me that. I don't get it. I don't know. My body's just better at breaking down 100 proof or better, I guess. I don't know, dude. Wait a second. No. Zion to the Heat? Did that really happen? I didn't see that. It ain't come across my. Are you saying you want Zion to the Heat, or did that actually happen?
Why? So he can stand. Why? So he can be left bench like
Well,
Greg Oden?
well, here's the one thing: Zion coming to the Heat would be more for Zion than the Heat. To be honest with
Exactly.
you, it would be more
Exactly.
for Zion because I'll tell you what, there'll be no sitting around not making weight being fat boy in Miami. They ain't gonna play that shit. You gonna run and you gonna condition and you gonna get in shape and you gonna be a part of the team. You're gonna all that talent don't mean shit. You got to beat Miami basketball first, then the talent can show through. So, are we asking for him to come here or did it really happen? I'm looking it up. I ain't seen nothing. Nope. I ain't seen nothing yet. I know we're getting ready to. I would rather get Giannis. Giannis is who we're talking about.
Oh hell yeah, we want Giannis.
But I mean, he's been injured and shit. But so what, dude? You
Yeah,
get
but
Giannis.
Giannis. I'll take Giannis any day
Of
over
course. What are we
Zion
talking about?
because Giannis will try to get healthy again. He's Giannis is one of those. So Europeans are starting to take over the NBA, dude,
Oh
because they
yeah.
play
Oh yeah. My
they
boy Lou in chat would totally agree with you.
because
He's
they play both sides of the ball. They play the whole game. That's how they're taught over there. That's why they're owning the NBA right now, like when they come over. And I mean that in a good way. I don't
I think
mean
it's
that
just they play.
disrespectfully.
I think it's pretty plain and simple what the difference is between what the Europeans are playing and American basketball guys are playing. In the European League, you have to be more physical by nature. So the guys that have the talent, shooting or whatever, or ball handling skills or speed or all those things that have enough of that to make it to the NBA, they're also going to already be more physical. You know what I'm saying? And used to physicality as well. So that's just what it looks like to me. It looks like they're just a little bit more in there, closer and in traffic, making more plays. Whatever. Yeah, I've had Everclear, Liz. What are you talking about? Fuck, Everclear? Yeah, of course. Of course. In fact, we
Everclear.
had I've told this story on here before. I was at a buddy's house and they had Everclear and I was shooting no, maybe it was 151.
Fuck, dude.
I was shooting fireballs with it. Nah, maybe that's 151. I don't know. Yeah, I've had Everclear. I actually drank it once when I was a little kid on accident because I thought it was water. It was in the fridge. This is what you get when you got redneck family. Fucking Tonk will tell you.
I remember you telling me that story. You're like, dude, I thought it was a cup of water.
I was a little kid and I drank it and I go, wowzers, because that's when fucking Inspector Gadget was cool back in those days. So I was like, wowzers. Then I went and fell asleep. But that's what you get when you got redneck fucking family. You got Everclear in the house. There's moonshine in the house. That's what it is. Hit the like button, everybody. I'm dropping the link. Let's get some donations in because I am parched and dying of thirst. I'm gonna need to get me a drink poured here really, really soon. Hit the like button. We're dropping the link. We're getting it in there. Johnny Walker all day. I mean, yeah, Johnny Walker's good. I'll never turn down no Blue Label. I mean, what are we talking about here? Some Blue Label? What are we fancy? We fancy? I'm drinking it. I'm drinking some Blue Label, but I'm a bourbon guy. I like bourbon. I can take shots of it. I could sip it. It could be mixed. It could be chilled. It could be nothing done to it. It could be fucking lukewarm and dry. And that shit is fire. As long as it's a good bourbon brand. As long as it's a good bourbon brand. But also, oh shit, I'm watching these fights on right now. We got Taffa versus Elikana. Taffa in the blue, Elikana in the white. Elikana looking a little bit more ready. Stepping up. Got the super box out, Tonk.
I'm playing GTA Online right now, actually.
Oh, where? You need some. I'm not a cognac guy, dude. I don't like cognac.
Cognac?
Fuck,
Nah,
cognac.
come on now.
I don't like cognac, Lou. I don't like cognac. What
Because
up,
you ain't
color?
never drank it right.
Of course, I've drinking it right. I've had Incredible Hulks. I've had
No,
Incredible Hulks.
There's only one way
is
to drink cognac,
Hippo
bro.
and Hennessy.
Well, the only real way to drink cognac
Oh,
is
but
sip
yes,
it
Hennessy
slow
is a
and
cognac.
smoke a
My bad,
cigar.
my bad,
I've
my
done
bad.
it.
Yeah, but Cap, it's not just about sipping it, bro. There's a whole procedure, dude, that makes it like enjoyable. Like you got to have like about a half an inch in the bottom of your tulip glass.
See, this
You
is
know
my
what I
problem
mean?
with cognac
What
right
the
here,
fuck
color.
is the tulip?
Then you gotta smell it,
I
take
got
in the
something you can put
vapors.
your tulips on.
Then you got to put a little sip in your mouth and swish it around like Listerine and slowly let it sleep down your throat. And by the time you're done drinking that half inch of cognac, you're
Whoa.
wasted, dude.
Tulips, half inch, slip it down your throat. Color.
Joe
I don't
knows.
like
Look,
cognac
Joe
right
knows
here,
what I'm
bro.
talking about.
I like
Joe
cognac
knows
right
what I'm
here.
talking
I
about.
said, what
He's
is this
been.
drink called?
He's
Half
probably
Jones?
been to the cognac region. You know what I mean? So he knows what I'm talking about is true.
Where is that? Is that France?
I think it's France. Yeah.
I've actually never been to France.
Another reason why I
No.
don't like it, it's a pansy drink.
Never
The
gotten
French
a
are
goal, huh?
pansies. It's a pansy
I-
drink like the French. I ain't drinking that shit.
He's like, nah, them stinking Celts in Gaul, man. I don't like them.
No, I want fucking good old American bourbon and whiskey. I like that shit. The shit that wrecks generations. When the American bourbon and whiskey showed up on the shores of any country, it fucked their whole nation up. It did. Shit fucking is the bomb. Give me some of that. We need that
What's up,
shit.
G-Man?
What's going on, Wrist?
Oh, G-Man's a little less volatile these days now that we finally fired all the garbage.
G-Man's the shit, dog.
know.
G-Man's, look, he's just a diehard fan. And
I know.
listen, as we coming around to yonder, I'm holding reservation for anybody. I'm not saying Halfley's a bad hire. I'm not saying good hire. It wasn't the one I wanted, but I'm not going to hold it against the guy.
To be honest with you, Cap, I can't even look at who we're hiring. Like, I don't even want to, because I know that they all look the part. So it's gonna get that. It's gonna get that. Oh, I'm excited about this guy creeping into me, like I was about Adam Gase and Brian Flores and Mike McDaniel. No, I'm not doing it this time. I don't even want to have these guys in my field of vision until we are on the field coaching a game.
You want to be full casual when you see it.
Well, not full casual, but I don't want to like
you're
have
not gonna
these
be
guys.
casual in the
I
fact
do
that you
not
don't know what
want
it
an
looks like.
impression. I want my first impression of these guys to be given by what they do, not what they look like.
Oh, well, I'm reserving,
and not what they say.
I'm reserving what they are.
I'm with
And
you.
listen, I'm not even going to be so judgmental week one or one way or the other.
Well, of course,
week-
all I'm saying is I'm not going to say these guys are going to be terrible, and I'm not going to say they're going to be good. I'm not doing it this time. I'm just not. I feel like if I even look at them, it's going to make me think, oh, well, they kind of look like good coaches, and then I'll start to get excited and, oh, the newness. And no, I don't want to do that again, bro. Prove it to me. They have to prove it to me this time. I'm not going to, no. Everybody in the NFL looks like a good coach. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
they wouldn't be in the NFL if they
better
didn't
than
look
others.
the part.
Color. We can all agree to that. Some look better than others.
I don't think we
Well,
can.
yeah, but I'm saying that when you get a new guy in that you know really nothing about, because coaches rely on a whole team and everybody around them, each individual coach does too. A guy could be a bad offensive coordinator at Destination X and then be a great head coach at Destination Y, because they all rely on each other, and there's no way to know what this individual guy is going to be like in his new job. But they all look like they're going to be good, or they wouldn't be in the NFL.
Right. We're going off how they look and sound.
I mean, Mike McDaniel obviously looks good and talks good because he keeps getting jobs. So,
Well, I would also say this. Look, here's how I'm kind of handling it, right? I know who some of these guys are. I could say what worked here, what didn't work there, and whatnot. But I can also see how all it really comes down to is, are these coaches going to be able to implement the things together? What are these guys going to build? Really, are there is something.
Well, Cap, real quick. What I mean is, are any of these guys ever going to say, hey, you know what? Our game plan when we build this new team is to build the best special teams unit in the league and beat everybody with kickoff returns.
That would be wild. That would be fucking honest.
They
A color
wouldn't even
gotta
have a
say,
job.
what a
Right, they
fucking
wouldn't even
wild
get a
new
job.
way to fucking take on it.
And so that's what I'm trying to say. None of these guys are ever going to, what are they going to say? We're not going to play football here. We're going to get out bats and play baseball. So they all look the part. They all look like they're going to be
We're
good
all
coaches.
saying the same shit. I mean, Chris Greer said a million times what this guy said. Hatfield came out and said, we're going to want to run the ball, and when everybody knows it, da. But ultimately, what's it going to be? And I had this conversation the other day on X, actually, just driving around. And to me, it's going to come down to philosophical changes, and I'm going to see if that happens. Now, right. I also a lot of things can point to those
culture, which can be discerned ahead of time.
Well,
like
not just the culture, because that's a real important part of it, Color, too. Because
sure. Especially for us, because we've been so starved for it.
Oh yeah, but one begets the other too, with the way in which this football team will have to be, right? Idealistically, they're going to invest in a game, in a team, with quarterback, with players, with ideology, with identity, culture, all that stuff, to really sell out. We're going to be in a 3rd and 2 situation, and what we're most comfortable with, what we're most confident in, what we want to do as what we're practicing, what we're trying to practice, the guys we're drafting, is to run that ball on that situation. Because Mike McDaniel, for all of whatever percentages and stuff like that you want to put in, and what teams do this and what teams do that, they're throwing on that 3rd and short. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if investing in anything financially makes sense. This was actually a talk about Achane, right? Devon Achane being somebody who's probably going to want to get paid before he plays another snap with the Dolphins. At least if I was his representative, I wouldn't let him take another snap.
You don't play another snap if you're
don't fucking take another snap without money.
Especially since the national talking heads love you to death already. You're
what's not to love
in the NFL right now.
What's not to love? And
he's made it to that upper echelon.
Oh yeah,
in the national media mind. You know what I mean?
He's made it on the numbers alone and production. He's made it to anybody else you want to put him up against. Touches, production, everything. He is very, very good. Problem for me is that it's all about flanking, speed, and although Achane's incredible at not taking those hits, ultimately, philosophically, you're gonna need a running back to be the guy to take those hits.
Right.
And philosophically being, if there was a quarterback or a running back you were going to pay, it would be the likes of a guy who's 210 plus that takes those hits.
Unless you've got a wealth of riches, and Achane is going to be the key that pushes you to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Or teams like that. For instance, right now, we saw what happened to the Chiefs last year. The Chiefs would win another Super Bowl with just acquiring a guy like Achane.
That's true. But that's the Chiefs, right?
That's what I'm saying, though. If it's not a guy like you're suggesting, all-purpose, the Chiefs and those types are the only people that are going to give.
I would say where we start right now.
One guy like that, you know what I mean?
I would say where we start right now. Financially paying a running back does not build us getting closer to that goal that we're talking about.
Right. The other thing about the Chiefs, I'm not to get too much in the weeds, Cap, but the other thing about the Chiefs is the only reason they didn't pay Tyreek is because they didn't like his character.
Well, no, they did pay him. Tyreek wanted more. People
Well, I'm
forget
not
that.
talking about- right. When,
They did
when
pay Tyreek.
I'm
He
talking
wanted
about,
more.
I'm talking about trading him to us instead of paying him.
They couldn't give him more money, knew he would become a problem about it, and traded him. No different than if the Dolphins want to pay Achane $30 million guaranteed, and Achane says, I want 45, and they trade him. It's the
now
same
let me ask you, Cap. Based on optics, I'm not saying this is right to feel this way because I don't think Tyreek. I think Tyreek's been a victim of a lot of propaganda too. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a bad person. But if you're the Chiefs, and that's Achane a couple years ago asking for even more, do they pay him instead of trading him to Miami because of the fact that he's probably more of a model citizen than Tyreek?
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay, that's good. That's the question.
No, they don't, because the Chiefs don't do that. Who have they paid?
Well, that's true.
So what are we talking about?
Mahomes, even though they still scammed him somewhat.
The Chiefs, all in all, spread their money around better than most teams, but they can do that with Patrick Mahomes making what he's making, spreading it over 10 years, playing with the money every year like they do.
But again, if you're that type of player away from another ring, does the Hunt family order it, is what I'm saying.
I think the Chiefs, honestly, and I don't want to get too on a tangent, but they're going to they're last in the league with shout out to fucking Grumpy. Hold up. Salute to Grumpy. I'm dying of thirst. The link is sent, everybody. Shout out to Grump.
Oh,
that's one of it. That's one of it.
Is that correct that I'm seeing in chat? We hired Nathaniel Hackett.
Yes, we did. And we're going to talk about all these guys.
I know he didn't have a great run with the Jets, but his name still carries pedigree.
He has weight. His name carries weight. I mean,
and the other thing is
nobody plays well with the Jets. Nobody does.
The other thing is, Cap, Nathaniel Hackett. Could that be signaling who our bridge quarterback's going to be?
Are you saying?
Yes, I'm saying that.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Don't we need a bridge quarterback?
What's a bridge quarterback?
A quarterback when you're not quite ready to draft yet, but you really can't move off the guy you have, but you kind of expected to win next year, but not really. You know what I mean? You want to make it look halfway legit.
Like journeyman quarterbacks that have a name that people know that just kind of
are actually good enough to possibly win. You want that are actually good enough to possibly win,
Patrick or something like that,
or like Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Why did we out of the blue decide to hire Nathaniel Hackett? He wasn't on anybody's radar. He wasn't on anybody's radar. Nathaniel Hackett was Aaron Rodgers' quarterback coach in
Green Bay. Yeah.
To me, he's being hired.
I mean, I'll give Aaron Rodgers another shot at the Dolphins.
No fucking way, gentlemen. I got to stop y'all boys right now.
I'm not talking about to actually. Are we expecting to win next year then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think Nathaniel Hackett makes sense.
No. What I'm saying is about not entertaining the Aaron Rodgers thing, as if like he's any different than anybody else we'd be bridging with.
No, again,
I'd still take an old Aaron Rodgers over a young journeyman. You know what I mean?
Aaron Rodgers is not a guy that you want leading. Like, he's not that guy. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we know that. Are we trying to win next year? Because then we need to find a leader. Quinn Ewers ain't a leader.
You are going to try to build something. I mean, you have to try to build some form.
Right. So what's the alternative? Joe Flacco? Unless they're just going to do we're right from square one and hopefully Quinn Ewers makes something of himself before we have to draft a quarterback. I don't know.
Well, the guy they keep talking about is Malik Willis, but I don't know, man. as the bridge guy.
I mean, I guess the first question is, are we even doing that type of thing? Are we even
No,
doing
I
the
don't think
bridge
we
thing?
are, and I don't think we should either.
Well, that's why you don't believe in it, because you don't believe we're doing
I
that.
don't believe we should. And to me, with what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, and shout out to fucking Grumpy again. I'm gonna take my other shot here after my soliloquy. I'm hoping to see this coaching staff and this general management draft somebody this year. I want Drew Adler. I've been saying it even right before he got injured. I'm interested to see this kid this year. I think he possesses the tools physically that I find to be desirable in the NFL. Can he get? I wanted him with my McDaniel.
Well, now my next question: what did we hire Nathaniel Hackett for?
Oh, he got the same job. He got
OC?
Huh?
No, not OC.
He's a coordinator.
He's the
or he might be the QB coach.
no.
Actually,
Passing game coordinator.
Bobby Slowick is that was he's already in the building. We elevated him to offensive coordinator. He is our offensive coordinator. Nathaniel Hackett is where the fuck
he's
is
like
he?
the QB coach. I think
Either QB coach or passing game coordinator.
Yeah, I think he's the QB coach and passing game coordinator.
Yeah,
Right. Which so what we want to do now is, since we brought in a guy with a pedigree like him for that position, it should make our takes on who we're going to draft at quarterback a little easier to make. Because what you want to do is you want to pick quarterbacks that you know will fit his style of quarterback coaching.
Now,
So we're gonna be looking for a guy like Aaron Rodgers.
well, who the fuck isn't?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
just saying.
that's I understand.
Whatever skills that Nathaniel Hackett liked in Aaron Rodgers, those are the skills you're going to look for in our next quarterback. That's all I meant.
Yeah, obviously. But again, what you're going to prioritize in this way is more of a under center, play action, downhill running game. Where if you're
With
out
a
of
highly
the shotgun,
intelligent quarterback.
if typically you're out of the shotgun, it's because you're looking to push that ball downfield.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing all this other bullshit. Hit the like button, everybody.
But then again, Hackett is also a huge
No,
West
I
Coast
kind of.
guy,
I mean,
so.
I'll take Hackett. I'll take him.
I don't look again as the quarterbacks coach where he's been successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? Why not? Again, we're talking about the offense they're trying to build. Let me just go through it. Let me just go through it a little
Hackett's
bit.
a huge West Coast guy, bro.
Well, look at Bobby Slowick was the OC for the Texans CJ Stroud's rookie year when he had that blow up year. His second year where they took a little bit of a step back, they let go of Bobby Slowick. He was then already with us as a pass game coordinator. He's now our offensive coordinator. So it's gonna be his offense, but we want to run a offensive style. Now, oddly enough, they then started bringing in guys like Hackett for the quarterback team or the quarterback coaching, and we rehired a guy we had in here for our offensive line coach. You guys might remember him. Matt Applebaum. He was hired back in here in 2022. He was our guy then. This system that we want is not changed. It's just we're not giving the product, the end result that they want. Since all the way back when we hired Joe Philbin, since the beginning, dude, they want a West Coast style that emulates that. And this coaching staff is being built around it. Y'all talking up trash is hilarious. Y'all.
What else do we have to talk up, Lou?
Yeah.
They keep hiring trash, bro.
Now he wants everyone to shit on everything. He's a hater.
Exactly. It's like
He's a hater. He wants to mail it in.
exactly. You're a hater.
You're a hater, Lou.
Wait
You're
a minute.
a
Wait a
fucking
minute. I'm
hater.
gonna go to
What
bat
do you
for
want
Lou
us
here.
to do? What do you
I'm
want us
gonna
to
go
do?
to
Sit
bat
up
for
here
Lou
and
here, 'cause
fucking
what-
I'm not
complain?
going. Fuck you, Lou. You
Bitch and
fucking
moan?
punk.
No,
What do you
no.
want us to do?
What-
Bitch and moan the whole
What
time
he's
up here?
hold on.
Or
What
do you want
he's
us to try to
expressing.
figure out a way that they can make this work?
Yeah,
Okay, but
fucking
what
turn
he's
up, Tom.
expressing is what
The
he's
fuck you
expressing
want?
is what I started when I came up talking about. He's the same boat as I am. He's like, they all look the same. Like, why are we going to talk them up when we like?
No, that's not what he's saying. That's not what he's
That's
saying.
not what we're saying. No,
That's not. No. That's not what Lou is saying. Lou wants us to hate on them, color.
Well, I can, but the problem with that, Lewis, is it's just as much a fallacy as loving on them at this point.
Exactly, color. I ain't loving on them, motherfuckers.
but we're not
either.
loving on them for stating
No,
facts.
we
All
just
we're
stating
doing
facts.
is stating facts.
Stating facts.
If you don't like facts, then go
Then
watch
back,
CNN.
Go back to the trash can and find your supper.
Hey, so who?
War with Lou, bro.
Who's
That's
our
all.
DC?
I can see what's going on. You just want a war with Lou.
I don't know anything like that. What were you saying, Joe?
Who's our DC? Because what I was reading is that are we waiting to see if Weaver gets a head coach job and hire that other guy?
That's pretty much what we're like right now. I think if Weaver doesn't get hired, Weaver still keeps the job.
And if he does, then we're bringing in the Packers linebacking coach.
Now that's the take, right? Brian.
'Cause that's another Packers,
Brian something. I can't remember his last name because I'm not trying to lock him in there until he fucking gets the job. You heard?
Dugan.
Yeah, Dugan, Brian Dugan. Yeah, again, that would be sensibility, right? I mean, I think we know come game day, Halfley's going to want to call plays. He's kind of made that clear on what he likes to do, right? That seems. We also have hired what's his name? Where'd he go? DB coach Ryan Downward got a new DB coach in here. I think we hired two.
It's not a good last name. Downward.
Nah, because you're going downward. Or Downard. D-O-W. Yeah, Downard. So, yeah, we hired a new. He's going to be the defensive pass game coordinator. So he was a DB coach. Now he's going to be our defensive pass game coordinator.
What is that? Is that basically the same thing?
No, I guess, but I would say
the
the defensive pass game coordinator means that the DB's coach and like the safeties coach like report to him to the, it's just
okay. So we have him and the DB's coach.
I guess. Again, we're just grabbing people left and right. Oh, look who comes up. The hater himself.
I'm sorry. Hey, good evening. First of all,
What's up, Lou?
I guess the haters here, but since this is the channel for facts, right?
Mhm.
That's what y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all are spitting facts. Well, let me give you some facts.
All right.
Our new head coach Jeff Halfley has been a head coach before, and the fact is he was 21-26, a fucking losing record. That's trash. Let me give you another fact.
Okay. Go ahead with your facts.
Let me give you another fact. When he was in Denver, this guy Nathaniel Hackett, you know what we called him? Trash. You know when Nathaniel Hackett was with the Jets, you know what we called him? Trash. You know what we called Nathaniel Hackett everywhere he's been? Trash. You know what's crazy? He's now the Lord and Savior coming to Miami. Get your fucking cuck ass. Stop lying to these people.
See, look,
shit
this is some
trash.
bullshit.
Oh, let me give you some more facts. Oh, no, wait.
Okay.
I got some more facts. That same guy, Applebaum, that we called, remember, he was a bum here before. He failed here before.
No, that's
Jeff
not true. He didn't fail here before.
So Lewis,
What did he do?
true.
What did he do
The
here, Cap?
Dolphin fans said he failed here before, but
What
the
did he do
reality
here?
is they were wrong because that was the best O-line we had in all the years. Don't forget, that was Connor Williams. That was the Connor Williams at center O-line. That was the best one we had.
I'm here to tell you right now, Cap. The best offensive line we ever had was with Chris Forrester, the guy that was sniffing cocaine out of strippers' assholes in the building.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
That's the best offensive line we have.
I'll concede
Lewis,
to
real
the
quick. I
Chris Forrester O-line.
I got a question real quick for Lewis. Lewis, if we, like we open the panel for everybody, it's not as if we allowed you up or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you know
you
what? Let's
came of
kick
your
him
own
off.
volition. But the fact that we open the panel for people like you to spit those facts you were just spitting,
Yeah, that's
they
fine.
are facts. Does that not put us back in line with being a factual based show?
Boom.
Yes, it is. And you guys know, listen, all I'm saying is what we wanted as Dolphin fans, we all were told Brian Flores was not good enough. Everybody told us that Mike McDaniel was an upgrade. We had to listen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mike McDaniel was an upgrade until he wasn't an upgrade.
Hey, where was our head
And
coach?
that's
Where
why
was he a head coach
I'm on
before?
the fence. I'm not going to be
We'll get to that.
negative
We'll get to that
per se, but I'm also not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, we're going to get Green Bay from 5 years ago. No, we're not. We're still going to be the Miami Dolphins.
What's crazy to me though, Color, right? And Color, you'll understand this. And I'm not saying none of the other guys won't. But what people are trying to sell me and all the other people is, well, Green Bay, a lot of Jeff Hafley, the new general manager, John Eric Sullivan, they're coming from Green Bay. And Green Bay was a well-run organization. All I'm hearing is when people say, well, Sully, the new general manager, has spent 20 years in that great Green Bay organization. Oh, Lewis, do your research. Go look at his resume. Well, I went and I started looking at resumes. And you know what I found out? That in the last 20 years, we've hired a head coach from Green Bay. His name was fucking Joe Philbin. And how did that work out? Joe Philbin
agreed, Lou. Agreed. And I mean, we already mentioned the Joe Philbin shit. I agree. You're right. Joe Philbin. But now this guy's Joe Philbin. Now he's Joe Philbin.
Well, he's closer to Joe Philbin than Joe Lombardi. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, Cap, when we hired Joe Philbin, do you know who replaced him in Green Bay?
Jeff Hafley.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, see?
And what did they do that year?
They killed it. They won the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
They
they
fucking...
won the Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, and Jeff,
Nathaniel Hackett was Matt LaFleur's first offensive coordinator.
Are we giving Nathaniel Hackett kudos for working with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean,
why not? Don't we? You don't? Aaron Rodgers
was
kudos. Why can't you?
He
was the offensive coordinator the last time they won.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Aaron Rodgers would have been Aaron Rodgers without Nathaniel Hackett?
Yes, because he was.
I think.
Well, then what are we talking about?
Most of Aaron Rodgers' career was played.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean a coach can't
Joe
help.
Philbin. Hold on. Most of Aaron Rodgers' career was played with Joe Philbin as his OC.
Yeah, what about that?
You know why I fuck with a lot of you guys? Because y'all are the truth tellers, right? I consider you guys not only friends, but truth tellers. Let's start telling the people the truth. Okay. Going from what we've had to what we have now, would y'all, and again, the panel, consider this an upgrade?
Well, I do, in the respect that we're going to be like Green Bay has for the last 10 years, which is not really any different than what Buffalo's been for the past 10 years. Getting to the playoffs and always getting sucked out by a way better team.
Well, I would say this for my take.
Because I don't think Green Bay even belonged in the playoffs this year.
If the entirety of the coaching staff stayed here and we're going into their fourth year versus this new setup with their first year, I would say it's a downgrade. But in the realm of where we're going to end up, I got to say at least it's an upgrade in the right direction.
Where are we going to end up? Where are we going to end up?
Remember what I've always said about
it's going to have to be rebuilt because how it was built isn't going to work.
Cap, remember what I've always said about Ryan Tannehill, that you get him all the pieces and he'll get you 1.5 more games down the road. So he went to Tennessee, They got him Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown and all that. And what did he do? He got to the AFC Championship game. Still did not make the Super Bowl. And I feel like this coaching staff from Green Bay, okay, is basically the Ryan Tannehill of coaching staffs.
Well, but okay, fine.
Okay.
Give me that. But ultimately, it always comes down to, do you have the right quarterback, bro? Like for real.
Right.
Of course.
And we're talking about bringing in Malik Willis, and Spotrac has that contract anywhere between $15 to $20 million per season. Now,
and they also drafted Jordan Love, which a lot of people still like, but really, do you really think Jordan Love's going to get any further than he's gotten?
No. Right. Color, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, when we hired John Eric Sullivan, the new general manager that spent the last 20 years with Green Bay. Now, I don't know if you guys believe in PFF. I'm telling you, I really don't even really believe in PFF. But for the context people, because I'm looking in the chat, and we got a couple context people in the chat. Now, people told me Chris Greer couldn't draft. I ain't got no arguments. Chris Greer is gone. He should be fired. According to PFF, last year, the Dolphins graded out as the 32nd team with their rookies getting playing time. And when they were graded out, they were the last in the league, 32 out of 32 teams. That is terrible. You know who was 28th? Green Bay. Their rookies were 28th in the league being graded out and stuff. So 4 slots higher. If Miami is dead last and Green Bay is 28th, that's bottom half of the league. But I thought this was a great organization that drafted great.
Now, I don't have the exact numbers here, Lou, but I'm pretty certain their rookies played a lot of limited snaps because their team is already extremely young.
Hey, Cap, when you draft a first round player, you expect that player to give you some kind of production. Correct?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Green Bay's first round wide receiver this year, his first touchdown catch came in the playoffs.
I would say,
I don't know why they drafted receiver in the first round.
That organization cannot draft a wide receiver to save their life.
Oh, okay, cool.
They can't.
The only reason I'm up here doing this, Cap and Color and Joe and Tonk, is because y'all told me this is where we talk facts. I'm giving y'all facts. I'm just dropping facts.
Well, I'm glad you fucking came up with some facts at least, because the facts you're giving good facts.
Careful, Lou. Facts will get you labeled these days, bro.
Yeah, I'm just out here. Hey, Color, all I'm doing is dropping facts of trash. That's all I'm doing.
Listen, you can drop your facts of trash any you want, but the fact still remains all of the things anyone was tied to.
We want you to do that.
Good or bad, which the people who want to say, Hafley had the best defense. I don't want to hear none of that. He ain't got that defense here. Like that.
But we could have because we could have hired Dom Capers, who has been their defensive coordinator for the last billion years.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up that defense. Here's another fun fact for you guys. So in the first 13 games of the season, the Green Bay Packers had 35 sacks with Micah Parsons in that lineup. Micah Parsons missed the last 5 games of the season for Green Bay. Jeff Hafley's defense got 0 sacks in the final 5 weeks of the season. So is Jeff Hafley? He can only coach superstars. If you don't have no superstars
his defense
on that
the year prior did fine.
Well, the last time we seen,
I just find it interesting that none of these guys worked under Mike McCarthy. They're all Matt LaFleur guys. They're all new Green Bay guys.
The last time we seen a Jeff Hafley defense on the football field, he was allowing 25 points in the fourth quarter. That was the last time we seen. And don't we always say we want our players here in Miami to show up in the biggest moments when we need them the most? Well, I thought that was a playoff game the last time we seen Jeff Hafley coaching. And again, 25 in one quarter. Are we winning a lot of games with that?
Oh, was he? He wasn't the guy in Atlanta, was he?
No, he was the guy in Green Bay and Chicago. And remember,
I thought you were talking about the 25-point turnaround in the Super Bowl.
No,
Color. It was 21-3 Green Bay at the half in this playoff.
Right. Yeah.
In the wild card weekend, they had, I believe, they were up 16, I believe, going into the fourth quarter, and his defense proceeded to allow 25 points in the fourth to lose.
But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and keep the same energy I always do. I know that their defense melted, but at the same time, How do you not put another point on the board after you get the 21, dude?
I got to be honest.
Well, that's the problem, though, Color. They scored. I think Green Bay scored 10 in the fourth.
Oh, did they? Okay.
No, the Green Bay scored only 2 field goals in the fourth. They didn't score any in the third.
That was Color or not. That was Crypto that told me that was arguing with me.
Well, there's your problem right there.
Okay, all right. Well, then
I'm pretty sure they got quickly out to a 21 points and then didn't do anything the rest of the game.
The reality was they scored a touchdown the first 2 in the second quarter, and their defense held them to 6 points all the way through the game until eventually it started popping off.
Because Jordan Love is exactly like Tua. He's a little better. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. The context matters.
Same with CJ Stroud, bro. Is anybody surprised about that offensive performance?
El Cap, is your twin brother in the chat? You talking context now?
No, I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like I don't want anyone to get things twisted, right? Like we gotta keep it real. If we're gonna be telling the truth around here, we're gonna tell all the truth.
How was the offensive line this year in Houston?
In Houston? I mean,
I don't know. I'm more concerned about how the quarterback
was injured a lot. I know we got the offensive line coach, what's his name, Zach Yenser or whatever. So,
and that offensive line in Houston was god awful. And the first thing you said
they were injured.
Was,
they were on their third string guys on three positions.
I cannot believe. Am I on the Fins Tailgate? Is this a new channel or is this the gate? Are we?
I mean, Lou, I have been kind of absent lately, but I've let a lot of things go around here, bro.
El Capitan sounds like the biggest two-in-near I think I've ever talked to him.
I'm just giving context, bro. That's all I'm doing.
We're talking about injuries now.
I'm giving you the talking point narratives.
Well, Cap, what's funny coming from you though, and again, I consider you a very close and personal friend. Me and you didn't want to hear the two-in-nears blame Brian Flores when
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying.
Well, Cap, what I'm saying is, remember when Dolphin fans used to say, well, Brian Flores needs to overcome injuries. Mike McDaniel needs to come over. He needs to outcoach those injuries. But now we bring up how deficient the Houston offensive line was. And
but that's because Mike McDaniel's the head coach. I would blame it on the head coach. You want to tell me about what DeMeco Ryan can overcome and help out? The assistant offensive line coach. The assistant offensive line coach for Houston is not the guy that's getting the blame.
Well, all I know, Butch Berry, our other offensive line coach, was dealing with injuries.
I thought Butch Berry did good.
And that's what I'm saying. He had injuries.
I don't think we should have fired Butch Berry, but this isn't Mike McDaniel's team.
I'm not saying we should or shouldn't. What I'm saying is, to your point about the injuries, what Butch Berry had to deal with injuries, his unit still performed, though.
Now,
so if this guy in Houston had injuries, why didn't his unit perform?
I mean, is it his unit? The guy's the assistant offensive line coach.
So what's he doing there, Cap? Just standing around collecting checks?
No, I mean, he's probably doing what he can, but it ain't his fucking it ain't all his blame, right? It's not.
Boy, I thought when Tua was gone, we were going to stop making excuses for this football team.
I'm not going to say that the assistant offensive line coach for fucking the Texans is now a piece of shit to be our O-line coach because the last team he was on an assistant of fucking had problems. Like what
move on this coaching staff don't you like?
Well, I didn't say this isn't my I would say this. None of these moves I'm jumping out of my seat about. None I'm all excited about. I'm not looking at any of these guys and think, oh shit. Fuck yeah, these boys
been like that the whole time too.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how to make a souffle, but if there's 10 different ingredients to it and it comes out and it tastes good, then I'm gonna be happy to eat it. Look, you want to go ahead?
I'm the other way around. I don't think it takes an idiot to make a cheeseburger, bro.
I didn't say a cheeseburger, did I?
Thank you,
cheeseburger, did I?
Thank you, Color.
I said a souffle.
Cheeseburger.
You got to let it rise. It could sink. It's got to be mixed perfectly. It's got to be at certain right temperatures.
All I
The
know,
ingredients got to be right.
It sounds like colors coming back to the dark side, and I like that color. That's the color I like. I don't like the
Like
the
I said,
like,
Lou,
well,
I've been
well.
abdicating my duties around here for a while now, bro. I have to get back on the program. I have to like start locking these guys. I've let a lot of things get away around here, bro. I'm just saying.
Hey, color. I like the shit on everybody color. I don't like the happy-go-lucky color.
Favorite color, dude.
I
We
like
got
the
enough
shit
of that
on
from
everybody
you,
color.
Louis.
That's what I
We
like.
don't
Burn
need color
everyone,
today.
fuck everybody is my favorite color.
Well,
That's
if
my
this
favorite color
if this
too.
should make you feel better, Lou, to know that I might be resurging. Before I jumped on the panel here,
He's
at the
over here
Finns Tailgate-
charging up right now,
Yeah.
Lou. The
Well,
motherfucker's
before I
charging
jumped
up.
on the panel here at the Finns Tailgate, I had just got through getting timed out on a Christian Orthodox channel because I asked him why God would let bad things happen. I've been told my whole life that God lets bad
Because
things
he's all
happen to
knowing,
test
but he's
people.
not all powerful. Or
Hey,
Hold on. I've been
I
told
need
all
the
my
link
life.
to that show. That's
I've
what I
been
need.
told all my life. Hold on. I've been told all my life that God lets bad things happen to test people. So all I did was simply ask him who the test was for in the latest current events. And they timed me out, bro.
I just want to know, where the hell did you find that channel at on YouTube? That's what I want to know.
Well, they're in charge now, bro. So
man, get
all
up out
got
of here,
the channels
dude.
back. You know what I mean?
That is fucking funny.
And the owner, the lady that was running YouTube passed away.
What?
Yeah, she was married to Jeff Bezos. She took over YouTube. She was the one that set all these stupid rules about,
What you
dead
can and
naming
can't say on
people
YouTube.
and misgendering and all that
YouTube,
shit.
we back. YouTube, we back. Hit the like button, everybody. Subscribe
what the fuck
if you're
is
new.
dead naming?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Lou.
Dead naming is when a person is transitioned and you use their previous name either purposely or accidentally.
Oh shit!
No.
Let me ask you guys this.
No, that's where, like, if someone transitions and you call them their old name.
Yeah, that's called dead naming. That's their dead name.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's dead naming. But they don't care.
My
They
name
don't
is
care.
Tonkina.
The problem is they don't care even if it was accidental. They're still going to run you through.
Damn.
Well, yeah, they're owned by George Soros.
Well, they're also against our First Amendment. So what's that?
So is
you know what I
George
mean?
Soros.
All right, go ahead, Lou.
Well, no, I was just going to ask the question. It seems like we're going to be Green Bay South. Like, A-Chain's coming up for contract, but we were doing it the other day, Cap. I don't know if you were in there in the space at the time. But if you go back historically, all Green Bay running backs are like 210 in weight.
I was there. We were talking about it a little earlier.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna give him praise for his running back selections over the years, dude. I love the running backs that they've been pumping through Green Bay the past 20 years, man.
Okay, so do you think A-Chain fits? I don't want to say fits the scheme, because if we're running a West Coast scheme, obviously A-Chain fits that. But from a philosophy standpoint, listen to what Jeff Hafley says. He wants. I think.
Not utilizing him the way McDaniel did. Absolutely not. And I would say that, given our current situation, A-Chan is a luxury item, and we don't need a luxury item right
Lou,
now.
is that not exactly what I fucking said about fucking
A-Chan? Exactly what you said. Absolutely.
That's exactly what I fucking said, Color. A-Chan.
I mean, what we need is Aaron Jones. What we need is Aaron Jones.
Yes.
And AJ Dillon. That's what we need.
I need a 210 plus running back that can. I don't need him to run a 4.3. I need him to run a 4.5. That can run that when it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and that's super powerful.
Give me a Josh Jacobs. Give me an Aaron Jones.
Yes.
Give me an AJ Dillon.
Brandon
give me any of their running backs they've had, bro.
What was the guy in Minnesota for forever? Fuck was his name? Oh my God!
Adrian
Peterson.
Yeah. No, not Peterson. After him, after Peterson.
Cook. Dalvin.
Cook. Yeah.
Dalvin Cook.
First Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
Dalvin Cook FSU. Is the right guy for the offense.
He played for FSU.
But the fucking other Cook that plays in fucking Buffalo is wrong.
Right,
See-
right.
see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
James Cook.
Dalvin
James
Cook
Cook.
is
yeah.
a little Buffalo Cook is
Right,
the
James
wrong
has
one.
a little smaller frame than his brother.
That's a
Yeah.
lot smaller, and he's faster though. But I don't need
Yeah.
faster or quicker. I need faster
fucking
and stronger.
We need
I need-
locomotive.
So do you think A-Chain, another guy like Waddle, doesn't fit the
No,
bill? in that
I'll be honest.
Fucking get Waddle
from
the
top
fuck
to
outta here.
bottom. And this sucks because I like Malik Washington. I like Taj Washington. I like all these guys. From top to bottom, our entire offensive skill position needs to be rethought.
Got it.
From top to
Okay.
bottom.
All right.
Gutted. From
So
top
do you
to
think,
bottom.
Do you think A-Chain and Waddle are possible trade targets?
I think
in
every
the
single
offseason?
Hopefully
person that I
Waddle
could
gets
trade
the
in that unit, I would trade right now.
Trade
Waddle-
Waddle in a heartbeat.
Waddle-
I would trade.
He can
Waddle
Waddle,
might
I
be
would
dance
trade
his way outta
Achane,
here.
I would trade.
Hey, I know everybody's going to think this is weird of me to say, but I think Waddle might actually be safe now.
No, because Waddle can't block the way they're
Yeah,
going to
but again, we still are going to need to fill our roster this year.
Lou, are you
and
watching
Waddle-
these UFC fights right now?
I got UFC in the bedroom. I got boxing in the living room. Yeah,
This
I'm watching
fucking
both.
dude in the black beat the mortal fuck out of this guy in the
Yeah, he
green
did.
on UFC.
Yeah, he did.
He worked his fucking ass the whole time, dude. He
Yeah, he
worked
did.
him. He
Wow.
worked his ass. I mean, just
What I missed
point-
about
Oh,
UFC,
that
man.
fucking guy had
Grown men
nothing.
work each other's ass. What do you
Now,
want?
calm down, boys. Jesus Christ.
I miss we don't have superstars anymore in UFC. It's just
We
not,
don't.
I don't know.
We're well. I don't know. The main
we
events have
don't.
been okay, but like top
But,
to
like-
bottom, it's not the same. Top to bottom,
Yeah.
it's not the same. It's hard to watch a sport I can't read anybody's fucking name. I'm sorry. I can't.
Oh,
I
you're
can't even
going to stop
guess,
watching
dude.
NBA?
Unless
too?
it's Antetokounmpo.
Well, I mean,
Antetokounmpo.
They're all
Giannis
coming from the same part of the world. You're going to stop watching basketball too?
I don't really watch as much basketball. I'm more of a football
On
guy.
the Super Box, you can watch all the European basketball. That's what the NBA is now.
No thanks.
Oh, that,
Yeah,
I
pretty
got you.
much.
I bet Lou actually
Let's
That
watch
watched
fucking
the
neck
Tunisia.
crank. Oh my
Let's
god,
watch
that neck
Tunisia.
crank was fucking
I
brutal,
bet
bro.
Lou actually watches them Euro leagues to try to get
Hey,
He's watching
Color,
fucking Switzerland.
Color, I've been on my Super Box and now I just recently got a VC box. I've been watching Filipino ping pong. That's been entertaining.
Filipino ping pong.
Hey,
What-
whatever,
what-
dog.
hey,
I
hold
bet
on,
on that
bro,
shit.
bro.
I bet on that
Hey,
shit, Lou.
Lewis, you
What's
ain't got to
a
worry
VC
until you
box?
find yourself on Hard Rock betting
It's a-
on
it's
it.
a
Then
new
that's when you
type of-
got to worry.
The VC box is just like a
What?
super box, but it's new. The interface on it's way nicer than super box. It does the same exact shit.
You know what's weird? Talking to Color just said it. You know you can bet on ping pong on Hard Rock.
I just said it.
So-
I bet on ping pong all the time.
What
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah. I'm
Bro,
starting to learn.
Hard
I'm
Rock
starting to learn
ads.
on it.
Hard Rock advertises to be all
You know,
night long,
I
like
can't
2 in
play
the
it
morning,
for
man.
shit.
Because you know the shit's going on in like China. So at 2 in the morning over here is like
Yeah.
middle of the day
Well,
over there.
Yeah.
most of them are like in fucking Russia and Germany.
Right.
I'm betting.
Right,
on.
but,
Yeah.
it all,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the ads from Hard Rock all come at like 2 in the morning because
Oh yeah,
that's
no,
when
because
their
that's when
page
it's
is
fucking,
over there. You know what I mean?
it's popping at fucking 2 in the morning on those
Well,
hoes.
listen,
Like,
just
yeah,
fire
if
up,
like
fire
I
up the
did-
Super
boost.
Box.
No, you know
You
what?
got a
It's the same
profit
thing
boost
for
for
me.
tennis table.
It's the same thing for me. I play Pokemon Go. I get a bunch of invites at like fucking midnight for fucking
Japan?
yeah, and
Right, for the Japanese servers, right?
the Philippines and fucking Indonesia.
Well, fire up the Super Box at 2 a.m. and start throwing down bets.
Yeah, I'll be watching
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Fucking...
They also hit me for Madden to bet on Madden all the time. It's
I
like,
ain't
why
betting
would
on
I
Madden.
bet
You
on a
got me fucked
computer algorithm, dude? Are you guys
You got me
dumb?
fucked up. Think I'm a bet on Madden. I've been down bad, boys, but betting on Madden's where I draw the fucking line. Betting on Madden's where I draw the fucking line, son.
Oh, I have done fantasy leagues for
Well, that's betting on your picks, though, Color.
right, but
If I got to
did
bet
it
on
for-
somebody else playing a
Well,
fucking
hold on.
video game, you got me fucked
Well,
up.
hold on, bro. I was doing fantasy overnight for a while on the League of Legends, dude.
I don't know what that is.
You can literally do fantasy for League of Legends matches, bro.
What's League of Legends?
It's a video game.
Yeah,
see.
it's like yeah.
See, I ain't down with all that, dog.
Like, I don't
that's a
even know the
slippery
people, and I'm
fucking
all
slope.
putting them on my rosters and shit.
Well, listen, I know sports are
We
you can
won,
fix
though, bro. I was
sports
winning, bro.
and shit like that, but when we're talking about video games, I mean, who's going to be easier to fuck? Like, I can make a nerd do
manipulate.
something
Right.
right
We
now.
already think they rigged the NFL. You don't think they can rig Madden? Like,
Well, not just rig Madden, just if you had two people going against each other, like it'd be so easy to intimidate one of those nerds into winning or losing, or you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, what are we
Mhm.
talking about? Hey, dork, you better fucking lose this fucking Madden tournament. or
They
I'm
don't
gonna
even
beat your
have to
fucking
intimidate.
ass.
It's probably a
Like,
team
you
of
know,
guys
what are we
that are
talking
all.
about?
Well, I'm saying they probably don't even have to intimidate. The team of people that are the normal players are probably owned by Vegas. Like they're probably hired by them.
No. You don't have to hire somebody you can bully into doing for free color. What are we talking about? You ain't gonna
But that's
hire
what I
them.
mean. Like, come be a gamer for us, for this company, and they don't
Damn.
realize that it's a front company for one of the
No,
casinos.
I'd be like, you're my gamer now, and you do what I say, dork.
Yo,
Like,
listen
eat
to
your
this,
ass.
right? You want to
Exactly.
talk about Cap knowing facts? In 2020, he told me what's called Pizzagate. And now
Oh,
that this
shit.
shit is being released about Epstein, it says send pizza to Bobby.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the
you know
code.
what that is, Lou.
Lewis, the
Everybody
Yeah,
code.
yeah, yeah.
Yo,
Apparently,
Cap
knows
put
what
me
that
on
shit
this
is.
shit a long fucking time
apparently
ago.
their codes have all been ordering pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey,
the
Cap, you
irony
back?
of that is somebody just made a bunch of money on Poly Market or Kalshi or one of them on the prediction markets because they realized that every time that we have an international conflict where we're about to go to war or attack somebody or something, the Pentagon
Epstein files start dropping.
no,
some shit.
listen. They've researched and found out that every time there's a war room going on at the Pentagon, that the orders of pizza places go up in DC. So this person brilliantly made a bet on something to do with politics because they saw the increase of pizza orders and knew that they were working long hours at the Pentagon.
So what did he bet on Kalashi?
They made like huge money, dude, on this one bet because they got it right
But-
about whether we were going to
But
attack
what's the
somebody or
fucking
something.
bet?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
And
Yeah,
it was because they looked at the
Kalashi,
orders
you
of
can
pizza
bet
in the
on real life. You could bet on real life circumstances. Like
Right,
you could bet
right.
on if someone is
Terrifying,
going to have a
dude.
kid, if it's going to be a boy or a girl, or like
Right.
That's terrifying because you get
Like,
too many
the bet
people
was-
betting
the bet
against
was-
World War
I know what it
III.
was.
They're
The bet
gonna
was,
beat us.
hold on.
They're going to
The
have
bet
it on
was,
going to say, "Will
listen,
we go to World War
the
III?"
bet was, are we gonna go into Venezuela? That was the bet. And the person won because they waited until the orders in DC for pizza went up. And that's when
Fucking
they put
crazy,
in their bet.
man.
Because they knew that people were working long hours at the Pentagon.
We only speak the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
Why would they be working long hours at the Pentagon? Because they're about to attack
Because
somebody.
they're about to they're about to make a meme out of Maduro.
This is a
Right.
this is a Pizzagate.
Well, they were trying to say that person had inside
Dude,
knowledge,
Joe,
and all they
Joe,
did was research properly and got
Joe,
found
wait
their
till
own
you
correlation,
wait till you
know what I
learn
mean?
about learn about Pizzagate and then
Everybody
watch
knows
videos
about
of what
it, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know who knows.
Joe knows.
So the irony here is that the code for the Epstein people was ordering pizza, and I'm thinking,
damn, what the
wow, when they talk about the government covering everything up, damn, there was a lot of nights where they ordered a lot of pizza.
All right.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing though. Pizza means like
I just thought
child.
I just thought it was kind of ironic that the code was for pizza and and that's what everybody uses to think that the Pentagon is working late.
They just love pizza, not Chinese or anything. Just always pizza.
with extra adrenochrome.
What do you guys
Algorithm, yep.
what do you guys think about our edge rushers, if we don't retain Chubb, it's basically just Chop Robinson, right?
Can good.
mean, yeah, again, dude. Well, is our edge? I mean, are we gonna run a true 4-3 now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly? What's going to be the ideology on the defense?
We ran a 4-3 last year.
No, we ran a 3-4. It just lined up as a 4-3 all the fucking time.
Well, isn't that the nature of your formation? How you line up?
Again, I have no fucking clue. I gotta imagine no matter how they want to have things look, it's not going to really matter because
I can tell you this: the Dolphins are not going to be near as good as this freaking Jamaican bean soup I'm eating right now.
that's kind of my point is that they ain't got enough ingredients to make a Jamaican bean soup right now.
Telling you.
So
what the fuck is the Jamaican? You mean like
an
Jamaican?
actual Jamaican bean soup. I'm just using colors, craziness, and intertwining it in.
Really eating a
in a
Jamaican
real
bean soup
manner.
right now.
But like they have a thing called the Jamaican bean, or is it just the soup?
No, it's bean soup
Jamaican bean crazy.
made with Jamaican style.
Okay.
Jamaican bean crazy.
I mean, technically, my mother made it, so it's not really Jamaican bean
It's a
soup
German
anyway, because my
bean.
mother's German. But
It's
whatever.
German bean.
It's German Jamaican. It's Jamaican.
Color, is that why you're acting like a jerk?
Yeah. You got it, bro. I got my jerk juice tonight.
Whoa, easy. Jerk juice is fucking wild, dude. Jerk juice is wild.
Jerk juice. Okay, Diddy.
Fuck, pizza. Color's eating Pizzagate right now. Fuck.
Wow. I need some Jamaican bean soup.
Hit the like button, everybody. Donate for some shots. We're getting it in. We're gonna be here, watch a little UFC, talking
And
some
then after
bullshit.
I'm done with the Jamaican bean soup, I'm going to try some of the...
The link
some
is
of the,
posted. Pull up if you be so inclined. We'll take it easy on the crazy conspiratorial politics shit for now.
It's not my fault.
No, I really, though, all I did was ask, because, bro, I'm not an anti-theist, bro. I just am not convinced, right? I'm willing to be convinced, so I'm asking questions. And all I did was ask, like, and they tried to tell me that God didn't create evil. And
Well,
I'm
that's
just
not
like,
true.
I don't care if if I'd
Evil
never been in a church
manifested.
before. First of all, I grew up in the church. Atheist or not, I grew up learning in the church. Okay. So I'm familiar with real church doctrine. I'm not just some atheist that, throws it in a Christian's face. Okay. But I'm pretty sure that without even knowing anything about Christianity, like I don't know anything about a lot of religions, but I guarantee you that those people think that their God created everything, or he wouldn't be a God.
Well, some people believe there's multiple gods.
Right. But Christians don't.
No.
Christians have made it clear they are a monotheistic religion.
Yeah.
There is only one God, which means there's only one creator.
Well, yeah, color again.
Evil was
yes,
created.
The devil was a
Evil
fallen
was
angel.
created.
Yeah, but
No,
yeah, but
it straight up says
Evil
all that
didn't
is
just
good,
appear out of
all that
nowhere.
is
It was
bad, all
created.
that was, and all that will be was created by God. That's what it is. That's it. It's pretty simple.
Well, I will quote the late great, I believe it was Billy Graham. Why is it that God has admonished us to hate evil? Well, first of all, God loves evil.
no.
Billy Graham, go look it up.
Nothing wrong with that. God loves all. But again, I
He
don't
loves
think
all of his creation.
that's it. And
Well,
what,
yeah, that's
listen,
okay.
here's the thing about what people perceive evil is. I'm gonna give it to you simple. An act of evil in all of its terribleness in the moment is that. But in the grander scheme of picture of what everything is that you'll never know, because it could mean from today for 20,000 years down the line, you have no understanding. So because we don't know of understand, we don't have to know. We have laws and abide by things, and that's why we have rules and credo and all kind, the golden rule and shit that thing and things to
Well, in the
guideline
past,
behind
Cap,
and commandments for lack of a better term.
when I,
But
in the
we
past,
were
Cap,
given all these because we know we're capable of the latter as well.
right. In the
And-
past, Cap, whenever I've asked the question of why God lets bad things happen, I've been told it's usually, first of all, I've been told we don't know. It's his plan. Okay, that's fine. But then I'm told because he tests people
Well, I mean,
with bad things.
I think that's
And so all I did then was, if they would have just simply answered the question with their opinion as to who God was testing in these matters, that's all I was asking. I wasn't trying to combat them in their beliefs. You know what I mean? I was just simply asking so I can reevaluate my calculus. Maybe I will find a way to believe one day. I don't know. I'm trying.
I would say this. If you're trying to get into the mind of God, you can't.
But then all I get is insulted, bro, and then timed out of the chat.
Yeah, but
By the Christian,
you know why? Because you're asking them. You're asking them
after they started. Hold on. After they started insulting me, okay, that YouTube creator timed me out. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I agree. They're fucking idiots.
Here's the thing, Frozen Finn fan. I know you can answer my questions. I'm wondering now why a Christian would silence me and ban me for asking those questions.
Quite unchristian.
I thought you all were supposed to minister to people and witness to people.
Right now, dog.
I didn't realize you were supposed to say. I didn't realize you were supposed to judge us based on what you believe our politics to be because I happen to be atheist. I'm more Republican than any Christian in this fucking nation, okay? And I'm not a Christian. So stop conflating Republicanism with Christianity. Stop it.
I would say as my notice of difference between Christians and Catholics, Christians want everything to be good and perceive everything as good and live in this way. And Catholics realize
unless the mean little atheist comes scrolling by, then you got to ban him.
Well, because you're breaking.
Yeah, that's what Jesus would have done. That's what Jesus would have done.
Rules,
sure.
Feller. I can't have your atheist evil around me as a Christian. I can't have you around me. I'm a Catholic, and I say live and let live, baby. You got to be you, so I got to be me, baby.
Imagine if Jesus said, "I can't have atheists around me."
I ain't Jesus.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying. You're saying it's human, okay? A human could say, "Well, I just don't want an atheist around me because I'm Christian." Okay, fine. I just simply would ask, is that what Jesus would say?
No.
Then that is a fallacy. I'm sorry, it's a fallacy.
Jesus,
he wouldn't say that.
He wouldn't say that. No,
I know he wouldn't.
It's actually.
I know he wouldn't because despite what these people think, I was taught in the church.
Dude, learning about Jesus is the only thing that's kind of pulled me back to believe in
I am an atheist that's willing to say that my morals are informed by Christianity. I'm willing to say that. I'm not one of these atheists that thinks morals just appear out of nowhere. Okay?
Well, a lot of times.
So if I'm willing to come to the table like that, then why do I just get shouted down and insulted and silenced when I'm just simply asking questions? Maybe if they answered my questions, I might not believe it, but I certainly don't even want to believe it now. I don't even want to believe it now. I do not want to follow a being that treats people that way. Period. End of story.
I would say don't go looking for answers about God from them.
Well, I don't have anybody else to get answers from because God thus far has decided not to give them to me.
You need to go to a Catholic church and go talk to a priest with a collar.
I plan to.
He's the guy to talk to.
I plan to. Cap, you know where St. Anne's is at, right? Downtown West Palm?
Go right off Military go to Holy Name.
Military and what?
That's where, yeah.
Go to Holy Name.
It's military right and what?
Fuck, I don't know. It's Forest Hill, and you go north on Military, and it'll be on your left hand side. Old ass church, got a school behind it.
Hey, Color.
Yeah, I think they already replaced that, dude.
They might have. We'll look for it. See if it's there.
Color, do you believe in ghosts?
It depends on what again, I'm going to sound like a typical atheist here and say it depends on what the definition of ghost is.
Okay, do you believe that a spirit can still exist on this planet where we could see it?
I don't. Okay, I'll say it like this, Tonk. I don't think there's anything thus far in physics that we've seen that prohibit that from being a possibility.
Okay. Then
am I convinced thus far that there are such things that exist?
Then never mind.
No, I'm not.
I was going to say go to a metaphysical church, but that probably won't help you.
But that doesn't mean that I'm not willing to accept, given enough real evidence, that something like that is real. So in other words, I don't want to just say I'm agnostic. What I'm saying is my belief in how science is supposed to be done allows for discovery of those types of things, Tonk.
Well, yeah,
You know what I mean?
everything could eventually be explained through
Color
math.
Frozen Finn's gonna come up and give it to you.
The other thing is,
His take
everything
on how
could
he
be
can explain it,
eventually
which I
and on that
appreciate.
same note, I'm glad he would. And Tonk, the other thing I'll real quickly say about that is that everything that I have witnessed in my entire life can be explained by phenomena that doesn't require a God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so my life is governed a certain way based on that. God knows how to convince me. Thus far, I'm not convinced. It's not a choice. I'm not one of these people that believe that you can choose to believe something. You either are convinced or not. You can have faith, but you can't
say
choose
that
to
it's
believe something. That's a lie.
In my case, and in a lot of cases, it's always easiest to see the light of the Lord.
Yeah,
when you're
but hold
surrounded
on a
more by
second.
darkness.
But hold on a second.
So
Belief and
sometimes
faith
you're
are two
gonna have to
different
fall a
things
little further.
because
Yes, I know, Tonk. You can choose to have faith. You cannot choose to be convinced.
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say.
And
The
I'm
stuff
not
I've been
convinced.
learning,
And I'm just simply not convinced. That's all I'm saying. I'm
if
not
you like-
anti-theist. I'm not against
you-
religion.
if you like, I'll send you a couple things that changed my mind 100%.
And I will gladly accept those testimonies,
fucking,
bro, and
I'm
add them to
telling you
my
right
calculus.
now, they're dope
Absolutely.
as shit.
All right, well, I would send that to him, Tonk.
I'm all about real
Hold
word
up.
definition.
Dude, the shit I've been
Real quick,
learning.
let me say
I'm
one more
like-
thing about the word atheist itself. I'm all about real word definitions. I'm not about Marxist newspeak. Okay. To me, atheist has a very specific definition. And if you break down the word, the prefix a means without. That's all it means. It doesn't mean against.
It's
It doesn't
kinda
mean
like-
opposite. It means without. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
Theism.
you're not
Hold on.
anti-God.
Theism means religion, God, faith, whatever. Okay. So
Yeah,
an
theology.
atheist, I am not an atheist. I am atheist. I am without religion.
Right,
That's
right.
all.
Yes, and that's better than that's
I'm
not
without belief. That's it.
that's
Theism,
not a bad thing.
theism speaks to what you believe, and Gnosticism speaks to what you can know. I am an agnostic without knowing, atheist without religion.
Hit the like button, everybody. Theorizing about some likes up in here. Hold on, Tonk. I want to get to Frozen Finn. Go ahead, Frozen Finn. Help color find the light.
El Capitan, thanks for having me just for a minute. I know you guys are busy. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I wanted to come on
Thanks
here.
for your patience ahead of time. Frozen.
Love the channel. Color, I want to say start off before I go crazy into this. Your interaction with these Christians that you were talking about. I'm sorry for that. That's not how it's supposed to be, brother. So what I do want to say is, number one, you admitted it here at the end here. You're not an atheist. You said that you are open to either way. You're undecided. That makes you an agnostic. Like,
well, what I mean is, okay, real quick,
Yeah,
just let me suss that real quick. I
Sure.
am not an atheist,
right,
but I am atheist.
you're leaning towards the atheistic view
What
of
I mean,
no God, right?
the word is used incorrectly.
It is.
I am without
Absolutely.
religion. That's the current
Sure.
state that I am in. So I am
Sure.
atheist.
And I'm not here to try to change your
That doesn't
mind or
mean that
anything
one
like
day
that,
I'll
brother.
be in a different state, you know what I mean, of belief.
Sure.
But currently my state of belief is atheist.
Okay.
Well, go ahead, Finn Fan.
Can you guys just give me 1 second here and let me just I
let
want to
'em
correct
cook.
this, because a lot of people, so many people get this misunderstood about evil and why God allows bad things to happen. Now, just give me a couple minutes to lay this out, and then I'll let you guys go crazy again and do your thing. You know, I'm not here to change minds. Like I said, I've learned that
But it
in
would
my
be
walk,
okay if you are. It
in,
would
I,
be
in
okay
my
if you
walk,
are.
but in my walk with Christianity and my walk with Jesus, it's very simple for me in that you can't shove something down someone's throat that they don't necessarily need at that moment. And sometimes it's better to show how a Christian is instead of speaking about it. So what I'm going to say here is I'm going to address the whole evil thing really quick. First of all, God did create everything as from a Christian point of view, correct? God created angels. They were not human. A lot of people think angels are human. They are not. They are a different creation.
No.
They were created before people. Now, Lucifer was an angel, right? He created angels with a free will, just like humans have. Now, the first evil act came from Lucifer, the son of the morning star. All right, he fell from heaven because of that act of evil, that sin, that war in heaven. The act of evil is not created by the Lord. Now, on earth, the whole point of accepting Christ and Jesus and God as your savior, the whole point of that is having the free will to do so. If you walked up to a woman and said, "You're going to fall in love with me and marry me right now," it doesn't work, because there's no choice by the woman to love you or a free will to fall in love with you. Free will is the most important part of God's creation, and his plan for us is that we have the choice to accept him or not. Without free will, there's no real responsibility for sin. God didn't create sin. He allows it to happen on this earth because we have to choose to go away from sin. Sin is the one thing that God did not create. Sin was created by the evil one, Lucifer. He was the first one to do it. He is on this earth trying to get other people to do the same, and more importantly, to be okay with such sin. Because if we're okay with our sin, then we're not choosing to follow God, and he wins. That's the whole point of being on earth, is to make that choice to be saved, to accept the fact that we're responsible for the sins we cause on ourselves, on others, and to move into a healthy relationship with God, which is fleeing from our sins and repenting from them. We have to have that free will to be saved. Otherwise, we're just being forced to be saved. God doesn't say, this person is going to be saved, this person is going to go to hell. He says, I want everybody to come to me and accept me.
But does he not already know what decision you're going to make?
He knows. This is the difference. Now,
so the decision has already been made.
No,
the
decision
I cannot reconcile free will with that.
The decision has not been made.
That doesn't constitute free will to me.
Just because God is all knowing doesn't mean that he has decided what you're going to choose.
I understand. Okay, real quick, let me just reframe my question. Okay,
I can explain it.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that if I know that tomorrow it's going to rain, okay, and let's say we all had the power to make it rain, okay, and it just takes one of us to decide to use the free will to decide to make it rain tomorrow, right? Now, somebody comes and tells me I took a time machine into the future and I know it's going to rain tomorrow. That means the choice has already been made. And the person that's going to make that choice has no free will.
No, you do have the free will. You have the right. You have the ability to choose.
Then how can somebody know what the outcome is going to be already?
He knows what's going to happen.
I think that God isn't
Frozen, allow me to interject real quick.
A will is unknown by somebody else. My will is not known by you.
And you having free will coexist on this. It's not, oh, I know the future. I know every outcome. It's, I know every inevitability. You can freely, willy do anything, and at a moment say, you know what, I'm going to go on a rampage. And
to me, okay.
Again,
it's no different than
it's
no different to me than a theoretical physicist telling me that there is no time, that all matter is in the same place in space time. We're just in it, and it's already all happened, and whatever else. That's why we don't have free will to them.
You have time because you will end. But perceptively, there is no time. It never ends.
That's what I'm saying. That means what the theoretical physicists and philosophers say is that because it's deterministic, there's no free will. You can't change what the future is going to be.
It's not determined.
Again,
to them it is.
And
to the God of Abraham, it is determined. Otherwise, he wouldn't know what the outcome would be.
He knows It's inevitabilities, and every inevitability. It'd be like
That's pattern
Well,
recognition.
no.
That's saying he's
It'd be like string.
pattern
It'd be like
recognizing.
string theory, right? With multiple outcomes in every which way.
All
And
you're telling me is he's a little better than Einstein. That's all you're telling me.
Is what?
Is he's a little better at predicting than Einstein.
No, not just predicting,
It's
but
not
also knowing it all, not predicting.
It happened for him to know it.
Every potential butterfly effect on which way it could go and will go, he would already know and be able to see it at all times. If
I'm
you
not-
decide to drink coffee this
If
morning
he knew,
and orange
according to
juice,
what I've been
but
taught,
actually
now,
another
this could be
timeline you
wrong.
drink your
This could be
orange
wrong.
juice first, then
Okay.
your coffee. He knows how that story
Now, I
ends.
could
as
be
well.
wrong, but I'm going to tell you what I was taught in a Protestant denomination, Southern
there-
Baptist Church. Okay, my whole life.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I was taught that he knew everything that was going to happen. He knew exactly the number of hairs on my head 2 million years ago before I was born.
Yeah, because
Right.
all
So
of
there
what was inevitably
so
going
it
to
didn't
happen.
matter
to
what
get you
my
here,
mother
he saw.
did. It didn't matter what free will my mother exercised. I was still going to be born with that
Well, who
exact
says-
number of
Who
hairs on
says
my
this
head.
color? Who says this color? Who says that's your mother in every timeline?
According to God, there's only one timeline.
No. According to what? According to what?
I've never heard any Christian espouse any multiverse theory.
Well, that's on them then, ain't it?
Yeah,
you ain't going to
I
the
don't
right
know.
shit. That's on them. Your Listen, they're only going to preach what they
You're
have.
entering my
Your
world now.
perception
You're
of God
agreeing
should
with
fit
me
your own
the
narrative.
Multiverse might exist. Well, if the multiverse exists,
Absolutely. Dr.
which version
Strange
of God
God.
is the real one?
Dr. Strange God.
Well, first of all, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind.
I know.
And
I'm not
God-
trying to,
God
I'm not
exists.
trying to be
Mine
combative
for 4
either.
years,
No.
Frozen.
My brother,
I know it
Color,
sounds
you're,
like
you're
it, but-
fine, buddy. You're fine. But from even what
Not
the
a
Bible
debate,
says,
bro, if that's in other
the,
words,
the Bible says that God he transcends time and space. So no matter how many multiverses or whatever anybody wants
right,
to talk
but that's
about,
the same
there's
idea
only
behind
one
a
God.
deterministic universe. That's the
That's the
same
only,
idea
that's the
behind
only
a
human
deterministic
thinking
universe.
idea I can put behind it, Color. There's no conception of what it actually is. We can't think it.
And also, God says in the Bible, also He says that my will, my knowledge, and my reasons are far beyond the understanding of any of us.
But
Which
Now-
brings me to the next reason I was timed out, because I told him that very same thing, and that's why they started insulting me.
I'm not.
I don't want to hear an
insulting you.
atheist.
No,
quote
I'm not
Bible
saying you
quote
are.
out
I'm
of-
saying
Yeah.
that just to testify
out,
to my
Frozen.
experience. That was literally what triggered them to start insulting me.
Sure.
Was that me pointing out what you just said?
Sure, and like I said, those people that you were talking to are, they need to dig into their Bible a little bit, and they don't need to dig into theory or anything like that. They just need to know that when you are responding
As
to
far as I
anyone,
understand,
you need
based
to
on what
show
we're
love
saying,
and
it was a
understanding.
mixture-
So,
It was a mixture of Anglicans, Catholics, and Orthodox Christians in this.
well,
chat.
I don't mean to get into a theological discussion, but Catholics are not Christian.
Well, I understand where Catholics come from when they
Yeah.
say that. As
Sure, I get it. It's the same
No.
way Mormons will say they're Christian too, but
right,
they're clearly different
Baptists will
gods.
say everybody's a heretic. You know what I mean? I got it.
Sure, and I'm not trying to start a fight or a theological discussion. I'm just trying to explain to you about free will, and
sure.
what the Bible says about it. So, like I said, Color, I'll never be that guy to you. Like I said, I understand the frustration. I once was an atheist, and it took a mountaintop moment for me to change
And it
my
will take
mind
that
and
from me
view.
too,
So-
and I'm willing to let that happen. That's
and you know what, brother?
why I don't consider myself
you know
an
what, I'm-
anti-theist.
Sure, and you know what I'm gonna.
I don't need a religion how to be an atheist, is what I'm saying.
Please don't take insult to this, but I'm going to pray that you get that mountaintop moment, brother.
I'm not.
It is pretty dope.
When a Christian
right.
tells me Merry Christmas, dude, I say thank you. You have a nice day as well. I don't know. I don't understand this.
Don't
this
worry. Don't
low-
worry. We'll get them,
this
Frozen.
low outrage over somebody telling an atheist Merry Christmas. Like, if you're that weak in your position that you can't handle a Christian telling you Merry Christmas, which is just meant as a nice greeting,
Sure.
then you're weak. You know what I mean, bro?
There's millions of atheists that celebrate Christmas. I mean, come on.
I know, but
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying, though. Like, why
Sure.
people take, to me, it's purposeful. People that take offense to somebody telling you Merry Christmas are purposely trying to take offense. Because all the
No.
person is trying to do, whether you believe in their God or not, all the person is trying to do is give you a nice greeting on a day that they believe is holy.
Beer
That's all they're
guy,
trying
you
to
need to
do, and
slide
people
over to
flip out
YouTube,
over
beer
it.
guy.
We got to change everything. Happy holidays and all that because some atheist was offended. Some anti-theist was offended by the words Merry Christmas.
I would say
bro.
that color.
That's not me, Frozen. You know what I mean?
Offended peoples are going to be
I am
offended.
well aware of where my morals were informed to me from, and that is Christendom.
All right, hey guys, I got to get out of here, but I
I'll
just
see
want
you,
to say
Frozen.
thanks.
I appreciate you.
Capitan, thank you so much for letting me come on.
by
real quick, brother.
anytime, dog. Anytime the link's up.
I'm just a
Come
little
on.
itty bitty YouTube channel, and I always watch.
Come
your
on
stuff. I
through,
always
dog.
enjoy it.
We'll collab
I'll
some
be
shit
around.
sometime, Frozen, for sure.
around.
We'll get on this
Man.
Dolphin
I didn't
stuff.
realize you were running something, dude. I'll
Salute.
be around.
Oh yeah, he on
Guys,
there. He out
You
here.
guys have a
Later,
great
Frozen.
day. Caller, I love you, brother. No worries about anything.
You as well,
We'll
bro.
see you guys
And
later. Have a great evening.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your day for me, bro.
You know what it is, Color? I think you need to come and praise the good Lord so the Dolphins can fucking win some football, buddy. I think that's what we need. We need
Well,
some
to me,
color.
time is
We
the
need
most
some-
precious
we
thing
need
on the
some
planet.
Color,
Next to their God, time is the
Catholic
most precious
color at
thing, and
the
he just
fucking
afforded
praying
me
to
something.
God for a fucking Dolphin Super Bowl, and when it happens, you'll know prayers are answered. Color.
Like
And
I said,
I don't know who Eminem Dolphin is in chat. I don't know why he's scared of the link. I don't know why he's scared of the link.
like I said, Cap, time to me is even more precious than their God. So the fact that he afforded me time out of his day is much appreciated.
Aw. I would say to me, time is a construct created by man to better understand what they are and what they're doing, and they are scared of death and what becomes beyond, as everyone else, myself included. Because being wrong is terrifying, being right is equally as terrifying, and where you could or couldn't end up is such a hard thing for anyone to accept that in some instances they'll accept that there's nothing because that's easier. And to me, wouldn't that be so fucking easy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
Wouldn't
would.
Wouldn't it be so easy if it was just nothing and it was all accidental?
It's actually harder.
It's
actually harder to be moral,
held accountable for what you were and what you are.
If whenever you come across an atheist like me, you should be proud of that person, because you know what? You know how hard it is.
I'll be right back.
For an atheist to keep morals. Like, all these people believe that, people are only moral because a God tells them to be moral. Well, according to those people, I should be debaucherous. Hold on.
It means you have
according to those people, I should be debaucherous and sinful and everything else.
No.
What I'm trying to say is, without anybody to inform my morals, I'm doing a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, but I think parents have more to do with people's morals than
and those parents' morals were informed by Christianity, Tonk, and I am willing to. I can recognize that. You know what I mean?
No, because my grandpa's atheist as fucking. He was one of the most moral people.
Yeah, but his morals weren't. His morals were informed.
Was my moral compass.
Hold on, Tonk. His morals were probably informed by his parents, who were probably Christian.
I don't know. They were from
somewhere down the chain when it gets back to Europe. Somebody informed your family of their morals from
his
Christendom.
Grandparents were from Europe, but
I'm just saying that your family's morals were informed by Christianity.
All of our grandparents were from fucking Europe.
Right, which means we were all informed by Christianity.
But look.
I mean, to me, I'm an empath. When I see somebody being harmed, it makes me hurt.
Dude, I'm almost believing now that the Great Flood actually did happen. Because, dude, they're finding like the way that one example is they're finding dinosaur tissue now. They're saying, how can something that's 30 million years old still have elasticity to it? That's basically impossible. But they find fossils all the time now that have fucking tissue in them. And there's giants all over the planet. There's
ever been to the desert, Tonk?
There's a giants museum in Illinois. There's a museum where they have skeletons of fucking giants.
Well,
How did the dinosaurs have tissues?
That's what I'm saying, dude. This shit isn't that old. It's because it's not
Wait a minute,
it's
though.
not
Hold on.
that old.
hold on.
Because dude,
have these
before the flood,
archaeologists- have these
dude,
paleontologists
look.
ever been to the desert?
Look, hold on. They found there's a footprint. There's a handprint next to a fucking dinosaur footprint, and the handprint is pressing into the fucking dinosaur footprint.
Again, have they ever been to the desert?
Well, yeah, color. That's part of paleontology.
What I'm saying, Tonk, is you can put a rock somewhere in the desert and it will literally stay in that spot for 1,000,000 years.
Yeah, that's not what I'm speaking. Oh, okay. What's your point?
My point is, 1,000,000 years ago, a dinosaur laid a footprint down. And then 1,000,000 years later,
But it wasn't
No such thing as dinosaurs, Color. No such thing as dinosaurs.
It wasn't. Yes,
Can I
they did.
finish,
They
please?
lived at the same. What are you talking about, Cap? You said there's fucking minotaurs and shit. How could there have been minotaurs and no dinosaurs?
That's not a dinosaur.
But dude, a dinosaur is way more believable than a fucking minotaur.
No dinosaurs, dude.
Dog,
no dinosaurs.
What are you talking about? Dinosaurs,
No dinosaurs,
did
bro.
exist. They lived
No
at the same
dinosaurs.
time.
Show me a dinosaur.
Dude, Noah
Is there
saw
dragons? Might be
dinosaurs.
some dragons. I'm here for some dragons.
Okay, that's the same thing, dude.
Dragons would be fucking.
So what I was saying, Tonk, is 1,000,000 years later, a human came by
But
and
see,
put a
it's not-
handprint.
Yeah, I did.
Hold on. Hold on.
Wow.
1,000,000 years later, a human came by and put a handprint inside that dinosaur's footprint.
No.
And both of them stayed there for another 1,000 years for us to find and think that the human did it right after the dinosaur laid the footprint down.
Look, I don't get it's not easy to get me to believe. Okay? Because people lie like fucking crazy. I used to be very gullible, but then once I realized how much people lie, I don't like
that can go, but that can oversteer too, Tonk. You know that can
hold on.
oversteer.
Yeah, but
But
Tonk's
hold on.
still got a good heart. He's not jaded because
Oh,
of
I
it.
know. He's
But
not one of
the
these.
shit, like the shit that
No.
I've been learning on these courses I've been taking, and then also this other stuff that I see that I've watched, like the way they've crossed each other, I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. But it's just because like I didn't believe at all that there could have been a great flood. I didn't believe it. I never fucking believed that. But now I'm starting to.
That there could have been a what?
A great flood.
Oh, there
And
was.
Noah's Ark.
There was
No,
definitely a
no.
fucking flood, dog.
Hold on. We know that there was a huge regional flood in that area. That the evidence already is confirmed that there was an actual flood in that area. They just don't know if it happened across the entire world like the Bible suggests. Because remember, Tonk, these people are writing in a time where the word world, by their definition, meant 5 miles down the road. You know what I mean?
But like when you talk
there
about
is archaeological.
like I don't believe that. I'll never believe that
scientific
we
evidence
live.
that there was a
I'll
huge
never
flood in
believe
that region.
that we're a flat Earth and there's a firmament. I believe that we've been to the moon. I believe that the sun is this fucking ball.
Do you
of fucking,
believe that there was a race as advanced as ours before and it got wiped out by a big catastrophe?
Yeah, the catastrophe being
some of these-
Armageddon.
dude, listen to this, color. Listen to this. They have these fucking statues, right? That is just made out of stone, and you put another rock on it, and it turns into a flashlight. And it has aliens on the back of it. There's aliens all over the fucking place. Every past when it was the Incas or the Aztecs.
So here's my only issue with it. Here's my only issue with the alien influence. Here's my only issue with the alien influence.
Like aliens are real.
Hold on.
Aliens are fucking real.
My only issue with the alien influence is that in order for an alien species to arrive on Earth, the level of technology they had would not be able to be unevidenced by us.
Dude, we fire at them from Earth.
In other words, what I'm saying is when they talk about, oh, this particular thing could only be built this way with alien help or whatever, right? Except for the fact that I would expect an alien species that flew over here across the galaxy from another in space with advanced technology would have done something a little more than a stone statue.
Yeah, that's what fucking pyramids for. They were like power stations.
Right, but why aren't they made out of metal? Why aren't they made out of titanium or whatever the material that the spaceship that these aliens used was made out of? Why aren't they made out of that?
It was made out of metal at all. What if they just know how to use a more magnetic?
It's because it's the same material.
So you're saying in the history of mankind and all the science we've done, we just missed that you could travel the stars with sandstone. You're saying we just
figured out what rare earth metals are, and the shit's everywhere.
It was taken away from us.
Shit's everywhere, dude.
We lost.
Rare earth metals are the new big thing, just like lithium was the new big thing. And then guess what? In 20 years, some other dumbass sand or rock that's around here.
The other thing is
this thing we've been throwing away forever has got all the answers we need.
Okay, but here's the other thing: if this advanced alien species was influencing us, that means they were here for a little while. Okay. And I would think that if they were showing us,
we're working with aliens right now,
bro. I would think that if they were showing us some kind of advanced shit or measuring systems or whatever,
we fucked it all up.
I think they would have taught us how to draw better pictures of them.
No, who's to say they were working with us and only some of them, or maybe some of the more skeptical ones?
Then why did we draw pictures of them on the statue?
Color, it's kind of like if you were stranded on a fucking island, you know, if you were fucking one of the an explorer in the fucking.
Why would we draw pictures on their statues if they didn't interact with us?
Look, I don't give a fuck about aliens, to be honest with you. I don't think. I mean, is there aliens?
And then
sure.
If a person says, well, they drew the pictures on the statues, and you're telling me with their ability to travel the stars, they couldn't come up with a better picture?
Maybe they fucking crash landed here, dog. I don't know. Again, you know what I don't like about it? I got no way to prove nothing, and I'm only hearing it from people.
I'm going to go bury a DVD disc right next to it, and everybody's
I don't trust people. I trust nobody. Joe.
Yeah, but people who wrote the Bible, the Bible was written by one of Jesus.
Again, the Bible is a guideline, not anything more. You got to find it within yourself.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't want to hear nothing. Like, I just said to myself that people lie.
You want to know? You want me to help everybody out with the aliens and God? Do more psychedelics.
Fuck no, I'll never do that shit.
Do more psychedelics and then come back and talk to me. You don't? Okay, well then.
No, I'll just ask you after you take them, you fucking knucklehead.
And if that's good enough for you, then take my word for it.
So you want me to take your word, Cat, when you tell me shit?
I got you, dog. I'm your boy.
Okay, but
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know. But that's what I'm saying.
Take more psychedelics.
No, I've never taken a psychedelic.
Well, you know what? You should do some mushrooms with me, dog.
Better get Tom to smoke some salvia.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Right, dude.
Don't do
Are
that.
you fucking kidding me?
You can do like you know what? All right, I'll tell you a quick story. I'll tell you a quick story. Seeing how Caps, hold on. Let me just get a little bit. Can we get some donations for some shots in here? I'm gonna drink some more. I'm gonna tell you all a fucking great story of salvia right quick.
Oh God, you probably have one.
I got a great one.
I've tried it once as well. It's wild.
I've done it a bunch of times. Okay, probably about I would say at least 12 times.
Never have I lost so much control.
Cap's the first person I smoked weed with too.
I would say the first time I remember doing it at my house I was renting. I was 18. I was ready to get the fuck out, and I was partying. Anyhow, I did it, and I remember falling into the couch, and I was like, forever. I felt like I was falling forever. Anyhow, so here's the better salvia story. So,
hey, Cap, guess what? You were falling forever.
I was falling for. I'll never forget it. I remember going just like that.
And it feels like it. It feels like you're experiencing exactly what you're
all falling forever.
So okay,
all the time.
The cool thing about psychedelics is this, okay, and that's mushrooms and/or LSD. Typically, when you do them, now don't do them, okay? Unless you guys are fucking cool. Be
Or unless it's
smart
scientific research.
and whatever. But the thing about tripping, as they call it, is that it starts the second you decide that I'm going to do this day. So long before you ever acquire it and consume it, that's the trip has already started. That's what's crazy about it. And I've learned that over several scientific experiments.
Why?
So
Because you're thinking about it?
You're thinking about it, you know you're going to do it, and you're heading somewhere to go do it, and that's when it starts. It always starts that point. So I'm with my boy.
Man.
It starts long before you consume them and do them. So I'm with my boy. I'm telling you all a good El Capitan story here. This is a good one. It's taken me a couple years to start opening up some of the good stories I got, and I got a lot of them. Anyhow, that is no. That's maybe we'll tell another story sometime. Anyhow, so me and my buddy, we'll leave him nameless in this one. We're leaving Central Florida to go to Tallahassee. We're going to see my buddy who goes to FSU. I got two friends that go to FSU at this time that are rooming together, and one of them can grow awesome mushrooms, right? They're living in his college campus. They're doing the college thing. We're heading that way. We don't get but maybe 20 miles away from the house, and it starts to like rain, but it's still sunny out, right? So it's kind of like slick out, and we're just driving, and I'm sitting here and I'm driving my I have a little Toyota Tacoma, and I'm driving and I'm like, I see this truck coming up and like racing behind me, right? And they lose it. It's a Ford Explorer, the truck Explorer, the first edition that they came out, and they lose it, and they get behind me and they go swoop, 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 and I kind of tap my brake and they swerve and go slide all the way around the front of me, smash the guardrail in the middle, and I pull off and I saw them come back and then they roll out into the ditch. I pull over, get out, rush over because it was right in front of a way station. I drive down through the way station. I tell the fucking cop because he sees me speeding through here. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, there's a big wreck right there." He goes, "Show me," follows me over, pull over. There they are in the ditch. And it was all these Mexican dudes that come climbing out the window. It was so fucking funny. Nobody was hurt. That's why it was funny. But right then and there was the beginning of the trip. Right. That's what I mean about when the trip begins, some crazy shit always be going down. So this is the start. We finally get there in Tallahassee, in FSU. We're at the complex building, shit like that. For any of y'all that ain't been around college towns and shit like that, there's these apartment complexes where all the students live. And like you pretty much just mill around and go in and out of a bunch of people's houses and shit. At least that's how it was in the early 2000s, mid 2000s and shit. And so we pick up some, some party favors, some weed and stuff like that, those things. And we're waiting on the guy to get back because he's got to pick them and dry them and get them to us. So we're sitting there smoking. Kid comes by. He goes, "Hey, man, I got some salvia. It's 99X, the strongest one ever." Blah, blah, blah. We're like, "Yeah, man, go ahead and go get some. We'll get some. We'll buy some off you. Fuck it. We've been smoking. We're going to eat these mushrooms and everything like that and whatever." All right. So this is going to take some fucking. So the buddy comes back to pick the mushrooms. The other kid left to go get the salvia. So we get the mushrooms. We eat them. They're super strong mushrooms. You're only supposed to eat fucking an eighth or whatever. So we're sitting there. We're kind of just chilling, waiting for these mushrooms to hit. Here comes Buddy walking in with the salvia. We're like, "Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. About time. Da, da, da." My boy whose house we're at, who's doing it with us, the guy who grows them doesn't want to take them with us. So it's just the three of us eating mushrooms. He goes, "I'm smoking the salvia first. I'm smoking the salvia first. Blah, 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 blah." Like, all right, man, fine. Your house, whatever, fine. He fucking hits the salvia out of this big, gigantic water pipe. And he he fucking lets he sets it down and he goes, he's coughing. He goes, oh my god, is this real? Is this real? What the hell's going on there? And then he runs upstairs and we don't know. We're laughing, you know. Now that mushrooms are kind of starting to creep in, you got the giggles. We've been smoking. We're laughing. He runs upstairs. The other roommate that grows the shrooms comes down. He goes, yo, dude, what the fuck's wrong with him? He's underneath my bed fucking crying and shit. We're laughing. We're like, ha, ha, dumb motherfucker. Ha. I turn around because it was supposed to be my hit next. My buddy's already fucking packing. And I'm like, yo, man, that's bullshit. Da-da. So I'm sitting on the couch. He's sitting to the left of me. And he goes, I'll never forget this. This shit was wild. He goes, when he exhales like that. He almost drops the glass pipe. I grabbed the shit. I was like, yo. I set it on the table. And I'm just going to reenact it. So you got to kind of look at this. So he goes, he reaches over to his side and he grabs a pillow that's sitting between him and I. And he goes, I'm like, yo, dog, you all right, bro? You okay, dude? My bro, you all right? And then I swear to God, he goes, motherfucker stands straight up, beelines right out the front fucking door. Now,
that's what I'm talking about.
He beelines right out the fucking front door.
That's why I never smoked that shit.
And I'm like, I'm fucking dying.
The scary part is
fucking dying laughing, right? I'm dying laughing. And then I look over and they had one of those old school fucking like 70s clock where it was like a thing and it had like little sticks off and it had little bubbles. So like an oval with little bubbles popping off. And I'm looking at it and it goes and starts to melt. And I'm packing up the fucking bowl. I'm like, yeah. And the kid who sold the salvia, he's watching all this whole time. He's just sitting there like, what the fuck? And he goes, yo. He reaches out as I'm grabbing the lighter off too. He goes, yo, man. The fuck, you gonna smoke that? I go, yeah, man, it's my turn. He goes, your boy just walked out the front fucking door. Your other boy's upstairs fucking crying and shit. I said, yeah. I go, I can't help them. That was the last words I said. I can't help them. And I hit it. I don't know what happened after I hit it. I have no clue. Yeah. I have no clue what happened. The next time I come to, I'm standing in a fucking field, like a open like retention center, and it's just colorful and it's like
there's no fucking way, dude.
I'm like, fuck, dude, where the fuck am I? And I look behind me and there's just a door. There's just a door glowing. And I open up that door and all of a sudden I'm back in the fucking house that I was just in. I look at the front door. My buddy comes walking through the front door. I look, my other buddy comes walking down the stairs. We were like, yo, that salvia wasn't cool.
Retention field. It was your backyard, bro.
I was like, yo, dude, that fucking salvia was wild. No more of that shit. We just kind of tripped.
Yeah, that part about the big field.
Lasting. It's
the part about the big field. We used to know this kid. It took some belladonna one time, bro. And the buddies he was with stuck him out in the middle of a fucking gas station parking lot. And he looks up and he's like, hey, Jimmy, man, what'd you do to your room?
Yo, I got a funny ass story about Molly. So I was downtown St. Pete and I met these people and like a couple chicks and a couple dudes, I think. And I left with them and they were like, oh, let's go get some weed. And I was like, I know where we can go. And so we went to my friend's place. It was like a straight up fucking trap house. And we were in there chilling. And I mean, they had just fucking everything going on inside of this house. And fucking the dude had an ashtray with Molly in it. And one of the dudes that was with him was like, oh, can I have some of that? And he didn't even know what it was. Like the dude offered it to him. And he was just like, yeah, I'll try it. And so he licks it out of the fucking ashtray. And I'm sitting there saying, man, you are a crazy motherfucker just to be trying some shit off rip like that. And like 40 minutes later, we're downtown St. Pete again, hanging out. And he's like, yo, man. He's like, yo, I feel really confident. He's like, I feel really awake. And we're sitting there smoking, and I'm just like, and he's like, I feel kind of nervous. And I'm like, look, man, I said, he's like, am I going to be okay? I said, look, I think you took Molly, so just drink a lot of water. Just
he
drink
didn't
a
know what it was and
lot of
still
water.
took it?
No,
Yeah.
I forgot, but we knew by then that it was Molly. So I was like, look,
taste
dude,
it?
just drink it. Huh?
He couldn't taste it?
I don't know. So the dude had it just in an ashtray.
Having it just in an ashtray is
like it was a
wild as
clean
fuck.
ashtray that he was just using that as a tray. But like fucking regardless, you should never do drugs out of an ashtray is what I told him.
Yeah,
Look, man, I'm
especially
gonna tell you
out of an
something right now.
ashtray.
Yeah,
I
out of an
said, you
ashtray
should
is wild.
never
I don't
do
care how
drugs
clean
out
it
of an
is or anything.
ashtray. and so
Again,
I said,
my
look, you
overall
just need to
arching
drink some water
argument
because
is
I've
that
never done Molly. I don't know. I've never done ecstasy. I've never done Molly, and I damn sure ain't gonna do a white powdery substance. Just like fuck no. And so
Wow.
like I said, look, man, you need to just drink a lot of water and eat some food, and you'll be okay.
Drunk goes to the bar and orders milk.
gross.
It was so funny. He was just sitting there. Like, I feel
way,
really
not me, dude.
confident. I feel really. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are crazy just to be trying some shit, dog. People, dude, that shit was crazy. When I watched him do that, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is crazy. Just to try a drug like that, that's fucking crazy, man.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how it goes with drugs, right? Kind of just try.
I don't know.
I mean, if you're one of them try anything types, it really
I
wouldn't
guess
matter.
Is
so,
it a
man.
try anything, or did you heard about it, talked to people who've done it, done a little bit of research, and said, "Oh, well, maybe I'll try it now"?
I mean, I don't judge. Like the place we were hanging out, people weren't shooting up. As long as you ain't shooting up,
Yeah,
like,
dog.
I
As long
don't
as there ain't, yeah. If I don't see somebody whip out a lighter and a spoon, we're gonna be all right.
like.
Or a
It's-
needle. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Can't get too
I've
crazy.
just never. I don't care. I don't care if people are doing what they want to do. I won't. I'll just smoke.
Well, look, again, I'm not
But,
saying
like,
that
I don't
recreational
judge, you know?
drugs are like a good thing. In fact, I would say more often than not, they're a bad thing. And even to be experimented with, you'll find yourself in a deep, dark hole somewhere if you don't get fucked up. But I do think in the right circumstances, in the right state of mind, with the right people surrounding you, that psychedelics are a healthy.
Well,
a
you know,
healthy
I've been
thing.
actually considering this because, like, they give those to people who have PTSD. They microdose, and
I don't believe in microdosing personally. I think microdosing actually isn't a good thing. I get what
Why?
microdosing is. They don't want you to have like overwhelming amounts, and it kind of slows, so it heightens your vision and it helps put blood into your brain and stuff like that. To me, it's better to purge the system, ride the fucking wave, deal with the down afterwards, and then know all and feel all the difference that comes after it's done.
Right, Cap. And you know, in indigenous cultures, that's actually what they use the psychedelics for.
Yeah.
With the reason
Was
they
to,
do it is
like,
because
was to grow.
especially with plants that produce LSD in the indigenous cultures, they use it basically to
Angel trumpet.
to make you check your ego.
Yeah, that shit is
No,
deadly, dude.
it's used to make for maturity. It's used to make you check your ego, because when you're tripping on acid, your ego is laid out wide open for everybody to look at. You know what I mean?
No, man.
So,
I couldn't do. I don't know. I would freak
so
out.
so
on acid, dude.
they do that to their their
self-awareness.
people trying to as a rite of maturity, so that they can get that out of the way. Like, if you think that if you're gonna keep this fucking ego your whole life, no, the tribe's gonna know what you are,
I think
that's
ego's
why
a
they
good
do that.
thing.
They flip you out on some shit like that, and everybody gets to find out who you are. You know what I mean?
I think ego's a good thing. Personally,
It's a
because
personality trait. It gives you confidence.
Well, but ego and confidence are good things, but when they need to be checked is when you're egotistical and overconfident with nothing to prove.
That's right.
With either nothing to prove or nothing to back it up.
You got to
right?
back
Like
it up.
if you're a person that is healthy and moving and like trying to get, or if you're a person, even with being well read, if you're learning and stuff, you want to be an authority where people need their ego checked, and where that serves the best purpose is where they're lying to themselves, and most importantly, lying to others. That shit gets washed right out of you. But I don't know. To me, like, there's a certain amount and a certain way to do it where you're gonna push the limits of it a little bit, and you're gonna get slingshot into the fucking universe, and probably gonna violently vomit. But I think it's really, really, really good for you. I think it's really good for you. I really do. Psychologically.
You know, the irony, Cat. The irony
emotionally.
about you saying that is, when the very first time I ever watched The Matrix, the scene when he first takes the red pill, like when all that weird stuff starts out, that's exactly what it's like, dude. It's like you're leaving this world and opening up to a completely different paradigm. You know what I mean?
And I could get behind that with shrooms, because those are naturally growing things.
Well, LSD's
But
natural.
once you have to, I don't know.
Yeah, it actually is produced in the fungus of the ergot plant.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
ergot,
I'm not.
Ergot is the name of the fungus. It grows on rye.
Just because it grows on a plant doesn't,
To me, I would say this,
It's
Tom.
like-
I would say this.
Actually, it does mean it's organic. That's the very definition of
I
the
would
word.
say
Well,
this,
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's
in
not
my
what I'm saying.
experience-
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
the stuff we take on the streets is not from ergot. No, it's chemical. You're right.
In my experience, as long as the LSD is good, it is way more mild and easier to control than if you eat too many mushrooms.
And that was actually that was actually what the innovation of the 25th isotope discovered by Albert Schweitzer was, dude. Was the fact that it had no physical side effects.
The mushrooms' physical side effects is not the problem.
Well, I'm talking about the LSD 25.
Yeah, well, to me,
there's 25 isotopes, and the 25th is the most potent. And the first one is a chemical called BOL 158, and that is actually so weak.
No, it's LD 50 is what it is called.
That's ALD 52 is the second most potent next to the 25th isotope. BOL 158 is the weakest form
You sound
of
like Cap
LSD.
in 2004.
Can I please get my words out? I'm asking.
No, I was listening.
Okay.
I was listening. I was just making a joke.
Okay. The weakest form of LSD is so weak that it actually counteracts the effects of LSD 25. If you go to a hospital because of a quote unquote LSD overdose, they will shoot you with BOL 158.
Yeah.
Another lysergic acid.
Right. It's like it's like
it's
CBD,
fighting fire with fire.
CBD,
It's fighting
CBD
the
does
acid
that
overdose with more LSD. It's just a
But
different isotope.
Yeah, CBD does that with THC.
Right.
Yeah,
it's probably the lactic acid in the milk that brings you down off a trip, I would imagine.
I don't know. I ain't got none of that. I ain't trying to go down when I'm trying to go up, baby. I would say this, right? In my experience, I have gone so much further through the universe by eating more mushrooms versus to eating more acid. Not even close. It ain't even fucking close how much further I can get with the mushrooms into the universe than acid.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck acid.
I would say even with the amount of acid I could take while eating mushrooms at the same time, which I've done plenty of times.
Fuck that.
Nah, dude, that's that witch's potion,
dude.
baby. That's that witch's potion, baby. You want to talk to trees and swim
I
in the
already
universe.
talked to trees, dude. I have a bachelor's degree in environmental science.
No, not in the way you can. They get excited once they think they can hear you. They get excited once they think you.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah, they kind of
maybe
lean
it wasn't
over.
you, it was Corey, but that was.
Mhm.
I remember back in the day, y'all making fun of Kate because she believed trees had souls.
Yeah, but she knew that under no fucking no circumstance. Again, she wants no. Here's the thing: trees being alive and having a soul is different. Trees ain't got no souls.
Okay.
Trees ain't got no souls. They're excited that they're alive and you can hear them. They live for you.
Well, I mean the
They
people
live for you.
Yeah,
They live for
okay,
you.
because
live
they
for you.
do make noises. They do make noises.
No,
So
the
that-
scientists
and
working
if you're
on the
if you're
consciousness
on
question-
something to where you can perceive that signal now, then yes, you can hear them.
Well, the scientists that are tackling the consciousness question are actually starting to find out that plants might actually have
They talk to each other and shit.
Yeah, no, again, and that's fine. They're as conscious as a dog is, but being soulless and soulful are different. That's a fact. Having a soul and being conscious.
Look how
they
colorful they are. Look how colorful they are. Cap, how are they not soulful? Soulful, man.
I mean, soulful in the
You
sense
can make
that
drums.
were, again,
You can make
color.
drums out
I
of
got
coconut.
Catholicism on my side. Round and round we fucking
Yeah,
go.
you can make drums out of coconuts. How's that not expressive?
Well, okay, yeah, all right,
Right.
touche. Well, again, they own. In my experience, they're excited when they know you can hear them. They get excited, especially banyan trees. What? 'Cause they're all
Banyan trees
interconnected.
are the fucking
No, banyan
shit,
trees
dude.
have souls, dude.
Banyan trees are the best.
I mean, anything that runs its route 200 miles down the road has a soul. I'm
Banyan
sorry.
trees are the best. They are the most
Yeah, they're
exciting
fucking-
to talk to, in my experience.
Motherfucker, because we were building tree forts in them in fucking middle school.
Banyan
You're like,
trees.
hello,
No,
Banyan,
it's
my
because-
old friend.
Because the
Banyan
banyan
trees-
tree is connected
Banyan
to
trees
all the
have
other
been known
banyan
to
trees.
start religions, dude.
Banyan trees have an interconnective
because
network.
of
If you're in a
because of,
field and there's 10 banyan trees spread out over 2
that
miles,
was,
they're all
uh,
connected.
All the Germanic and Norse religions talk. They all worship the big tree.
yeah,
in
but
the middle of the
what's his
grove. Yeah.
name? Wasn't what's his name? He got enlightened. Didn't he sit under a banyan tree when? Well, his
Again,
enlightenment. I'm
The
thinking of
common
Buddha.
theme- it's a common
Buddha's
theme in a lot of the
enlightenment came
pagan
from
religions that they have
Being
this
poor
one.
people.
Well, it's a common theme in pagan religions that they have this one sacred tree in a grove, and that's their god. You know what I mean?
it's their what do they call it? It's not an all father, but they
In-
call
in-
it
well, right in Zelda, it was
Yeah, but
called
hold
the
on a
Deku
second.
tree.
Yeah, but hold on a second. How big trees used to be, that they reached all the way into like the heavens, then they kind of were gods.
But talk along your same theory hypothesis there. Look how huge and massive an organism a banyan tree is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can see why they thought they were like alive or like gods. You know what I mean? Like that's a big, massive creature. You know?
It's got to withstand all those fucking hurricanes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if they're native to Florida. But
Asgard.
Banyans aren't natives of Florida?
Midgard
Asgard,
is what
right, right.
Midgard is what they called the tree.
right,
The
and of course,
Midgard is the tree.
right, and that's in the Norse, and it's evolved from the Saxon pagan religions, the Germanic religions that were
That's
just
right.
south
That's
of there.
right. The Celtic and all of them. Again,
Well, the Celts are a little
Celtic.
different. The Celts are more
well,
That's
they
what I-
adopted more they
them
adopted more
boys,
the Roman pantheon than the Germans did.
all
But yeah,
all those people who ended up worshiping false ideals was their influence of how close they got to being connected to the spiritual realm by eating mushrooms.
the Celtic
just a
the
fact.
Celtic religions are a little closer to the original Indo-European mythos than like Roman or Germanic religions. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
whole like Manu, the moon god, and Tyr, and all these people that were like originally they were Indo-European
And
gods.
Allah.
Well, Allah is actually a version of the Abrahamic God, but what I'm saying is like as language was starting to be formed and all these stories were starting to be told, a lot of the original Indo-European mythos can be found in a lot of more modern stories, like, you know, even all the way into the Norse regions. Some of their mythos can be traced all the way back to the Indus Valley, dude. It's crazy shit, man.
Well,
Really crazy
again,
shit.
I'll give you a couple of little tidbits on the realm within the realm. Women, you guys can see the cats that walk all the time, which, you know, shout out to the Egyptian religion.
Right.
You'll see the cats a lot more clear. Sometimes dudes can see them too. I've seen them, but you'll always see them out of the corner of your eye. If you're on the right vibe wavelength, you can talk to the trees.
According to their mythos,
The cats?
the domesticated cat was a gift from one of the gods that took the form of a cat.
Maybe
Like the god is of the wild cats, and her gift to man, to the Egyptians, was the domesticated cat.
Maybe. I get the mythology in
I
it.
want to say
But
it's ISIS,
I
but
know
I'm not sure if it's ISIS.
I
but
know
I'm not sure if it's ISIS or
I know
somebody
this.
else.
You fucking
Well, I
can.
mean, it is the only animal that pretty much thinks it's a god
Well,
or a
it's a fucking mammal with a snake eye, bro.
They do kind of walk around like they're gods.
They do, man.
Oh, with their ass stuck up in the air and shit. You know?
Dude, they do. They think they fucking act like they're gods. They do.
That's
I
why a
can't
lot of them
fucking
are named
stand 'em.
Hercules. There's a lot of cats named Zeus. You're right, bro.
I would say the last.
There is? That
the
sounds
last
like a
really,
dog name. No,
the-
yeah, but that's a dog name, Zeus.
The last really good fucking trip I did, we were doing witch's potion, which for those of you that don't know, you get some preferably hydroponic mushrooms, and you cook them down into a nice tea, and then you add liquid LSD to it.
What the fuck?
Wow, what's the
Oh
point?
my god, dude. I would cut my eyes out.
Nah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Drop
And,
the acid and be done with the other
The
nonsense.
problem. Here's my problem. If there's any leftover mushrooms, I will eat them all. I turn into the
You would
mushroom
like
monster.
it out here, man. You can grow
Oh,
them.
Cap's in the fridge cooking a pizza again, everybody.
can grow
Hide
them
your
here,
mushrooms.
dude.
I'll just
Hide your mushrooms.
I don't need no pizza. I'll eat
It's
them right like that.
legally it's legal to fucking grow them here.
I think it should be. I think they're good for you. I think they're good.
Like,
I
I've gone
don't
over
think
my
they're
friend's
good to
house.
do all the
Prove
time.
that
I've
you
gone
actually
over my
planted
friend's
them.
house and she's like, "You want some shrooms? It's legal for me to give them to you." I'm like,
Yeah, but how are they
Okay.
gonna? How can they prove that you actually seeded them? Like they grow on cow shit out of randomly.
"Yeah,
Well,
but that's
there is levels of them that will actually grow on these types of cows and shit. Like there's different types, right? There's all different types that come
What I
from
mean is,
different
how
animals.
does the state prove that it wasn't just random?
Because you would
because
need
you
to
walk in the
produce
house
the
thinking of
cow that would
hydroponics. Kid,
produce
there's
those
nothing
mushrooms.
random about
Now
a hydroponics.
there is a mushroom that grows in the woods in like I think it's in Norway or Sweden.
Yeah, that's
or
that
something.
one that'll kill people and shit. The
No,
one that
it doesn't
the
kill
one that the
anybody.
Super Mario magic
The
mushroom.
one
is
that looks like the Super
modeled
Mario, it
after.
doesn't kill anybody. But that's supposed to be one that has like it's like the bomb. I might do that one day.
Fuck that,
Like,
dude.
well,
Yeah,
again,
that's the one-
I will
that's
say
the
this:
one
the
that
last
made-
time
the one
I
that
did
made
the
witches get on their brooms and try to fly to the Sabbath, dude. Yeah, you're right. That's
last time I did witch's potion, it was a strong time, and I remember because I just kept shoveling down
That's
mushrooms.
fucking crazy, dude.
I kept shoveling them down, and we had a lot. It was just me, my cousin, and my buddy. We call him Dr. Mike. Okay, it was just the three of us, and we probably crushed about 40 beers. We were partying hard, dude. We probably crushed about 40 beers and had the witch's potion and shit. And I remember
sounds
I
like a
was
Dave
shoveling
Chappelle
in.
skit.
I was shoveling in all the fucking shrooms, and I'm
Like
sitting there.
5 cheeseburgers,
Oh, dude,
Listen to this shit.
dude, we were
I
going
got a
hard,
story
bro.
about
We were
Cap.
4 shots of Jaeger.
no,
4
I'm not no
beers,
Jaeger, but we were definitely whiskey. Like,
cheeseburger.
it was a lot. Anyhow, I remember sitting, leaning on my truck, and I ate. I don't even. However many mushrooms we put in there, I ate just as much again, because that's whatever's left. I'm gonna eat them. I
Listen to
can't help
this shit.
myself.
And then when you fell asleep, your friends did
Listen to
some
this
borderline gay shit
So,
to you,
I'm
bro.
sitting. Nobody's doing no gay shit.
Yeah, no, trust me. Cap would he'd wake up tonight and be
I
like,
ain't hang
"Hold
around
up."
motherfuckers be doing gay shit when
No,
you
I
fuck
ain't never
up.
heard
Yeah,
that Dave
Cap
Chappelle bit, bro, when he's like,
No.
when he's talking
No,
about
no,
what white
Color,
people
this
do.
was like
Hold on,
15
he's
this
talking
wasn't
about
even
what
15
white
years
people
ago,
do to their
Color.
friends at
I was
parties.
in my fucking mid 30s when I'm talking about the last time, Color. I'm not talking about in my.
No, I'm saying,
teens.
Cap. Dave Chappelle was talking about what white people do to their friends
Nah,
at
well,
parties,
not my
bro.
white people, dog. We fucking country white. We'll beat your ass.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, and then the other night,
No one's
then the
pulling
other
up.
night we all got drunk.
Ain't nobody doing no
And
bullshit.
Fred fell
So
asleep.
anyhow, Color, I'm sitting there.
Uh,
Ain't nobody pulling no bullshit.
It's like, these are your friends, man.
Not my friends. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm already tripping hard, but I feel it like boiling up inside of me. I feel it like I'm like, oh fuck. And like all this fucking angst and anxiety fucking hits me hard, dude. I'm like, oh shit, this isn't good. And I look up at the stars and I literally, dude, I get fucking just slingshot into the fucking universe. And it was hard. Like I don't know. I'm sure it was only a few seconds because I know it was, but it felt like I was flying through the universe for a long time.
Did you have?
I had full astral projection.
Were you holding Lois Lane
Damn.
while you were doing it, looking over the city?
No, color. I wasn't able to look down. I looked up and forward, so I was like fucking zooming through the cosmos. It was full astral projection, and like
Did you
there
get
was
all
no
the way
end
back
in
to the
sight.
Big Bang singularity?
There was no end in sight. And when I came to, I like hit my body again, and I fucking violently started throwing up squids out of my mouth, violently. And I felt like, no cap, I felt like any and all negative shit I was carrying up to that point just evacuated out. Like I was born again in that way. It felt so good afterwards. All of whatever was not good or not working out or whatever I needed to leave behind or whatever insecure, like all that shit came out. And my buddy was there. Dr. Mike, he goes, yo, I seen that. He goes, you all right? I go, yeah, dude, I had to get. He goes, looks like that shit came from the underneath. Like he said, it looks like you fucking let it out from beyond. I was like, yeah, dude, I did. That was fucking a bunch of squids just came out of me. Wasn't squid, obviously, but that's what it was. So I think it was good. Again,
So, look,
the violence of it was worth it, is what I'm saying.
Listen to this shit. This was in 2004. It was summer 2004. We're fucking 18. And Cap comes down and we're at this party. And there was like 6 of us there. Dudes and chicks. And all y'all start doing fucking ecstasy.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
this.
you're like, yo, you want some? I'm like, no, I'm gonna just smoke this blunt. And everybody there was doing ecstasy except me.
Yeah, I remember that was.
But it was cool.
Man, how
But
come
look,
Tonk wasn't at the parties? I would have had
it
somebody
was
to
cool.
talk
Like,
to
I
if
don't
Tonk was
care.
at my parties, man.
Like y'all didn't care. Like
Hey,
y'all
Tonk,
didn't fucking
Tonk,
care. I don't
Tonk,
fucking care.
Tonk, did you ever experience like I did where you're sitting there and everybody's partying and next thing you know you're on the couch watching TV at 2 a.m. and everybody's in the bathroom but you?
No.
I fucking used to hate that shit. Like as if I was gonna like go tattle on them all for doing blow. You know what I mean?
No, we weren't doing blow. We were
No.
doing fucking ecstasy, color.
Yeah,
Whatever the
doing
fuck you were
ecstasy.
doing. You paranoid motherfuckers.
Not me, dude. I
No.
invited my fucking oldest friend here. I'm fucking
Yeah,
comfortable.
no, it was
I can
totally
let
thought it
loose
was-
of my boys
it was
watching my
funny.
back.
Like,
Yeah,
whenever
no,
the
it was
blow-
totally
no,
cool.
but what I'm saying is whenever the blow got ripped out at a party, all of a sudden everybody that was known not to do blow was fucking like left out of the group and like,
Yeah,
oh,
well,
Yo,
that's
look
what-
what Mondo, look what Mondo said. El Capitan, take a shit before the new year. That's how you leave your shit in the past. That's pretty good. Yeah, yeah, that was a cool one. I think that was my second or third time doing Molly.
you're only really at the party as long as you're doing every drug that everybody else is doing, you know?
not me, man.
Well, I guess
I don't
maybe
know.
it
I
changed that. Maybe it changed with the next generation. I don't know, but
What's that, Joe?
I always felt like it was a small chunk of the party that would break away for that.
well, that's what it started as. But after a couple years, all my friends were doing it, and it was like
Yeah,
everybody was in the bathroom at that
Color,
point.
you got to remember, you're like I don't want to say a generation, but like a half a generation before.
Where you didn't have so much shit in the cocaine.
Yeah,
No, well, what Cap's
Coke
saying
was
is
really
that
good
But
back
we
then.
have
people
more
stop-
drugs,
Coke
though.
was the shit back then.
What
But we
Cap is
have
about to say
more
is that
shit
people-
now, though.
That was that
stopped
good.
shunning it.
That was that Peruvian pink and shit.
What
boy.
Cap is saying is people stopped shunning it by the time you guys were partying around. It wasn't as much of a stigma.
No, they weren't. They
as
weren't
it
doing
was when
blow
I was
like that.
partying
Color.
around.
They weren't doing blow like that. I mean, look, if you're doing blow, you were at the strip club. You were at drink place.
The point I'm making is that nobody felt the need to go do it in the bathroom by the time you guys.
That's the only place you did it in the bathroom. Not color.
No, because you wouldn't want to let everybody know you had it.
Yeah, because everybody
that's
wants
probably
it.
what
Yeah,
it is.
because everybody
Yeah.
will want it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
everybody wants it. Let me get a
Y'all are
bump.
addicted
Not me.
motherfuckers that have
get
to
a
have
toot.
every speck of dust.
Let
I
me get a
know.
toot.
It's disgusting.
It's always been the same way for like stoners at
I'm all
parties,
about
too. It's
passing
always
a
like
joint. I'm
someone's
not
doing
all
it
about
way too-
don't take 1 grain of my dust.
Whatever.
Fuck that. It's just a shitty ass drug, dude.
Nah, it can be cool. It just
Make
got too
people
expensive to
shitty
be
ass
cool.
people.
Yeah, I'm glad that I wasn't in college like now with like the whole fentanyl age, because you can't afford to be that risky these days.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, Joe, but kids don't drink and do drugs like they used to. They do
I
designer
guess.
drugs now. It's
Yeah.
more designer drugs. They go through
everything's
fast,
got a
something new
name.
will sweep the land, some chemical shit. It's always like an ecstasy type of thing.
And everybody's got a name like it came out of a fucking
No,
Pokemon
color,
movie.
it's
Right.
changed now. It's first of
But
all,
even-
I would
even with
say
that, I
these
feel
Gen
bad.
Zers, these new kids, these like this new age from kids, they're not drinking. They don't smoke weed. They don't, I mean, some do vape
Just
pens and shit,
pop
but like for the
pills.
most part, they don't drink or do drugs. They
Oh,
really don't.
just like what, sober?
They're really a lot.
Yeah,
you
but
know what?
like,
That's
yeah,
probably
They're
the
throwing a
The
party.
straight
They're
edge movement
throwing a
got
party.
huge.
different
Getting
because
hopped up
like
on
Straight
soda,
edge, dude, the
pizza,
straight
and
edge
video
movement
games.
took
No
off
bullshit.
the new generations,
That's
dude.
probably a
There's
good
all
thing.
kinds of straight
It's
edge
probably
now.
a good thing. They're a lot more innocent.
it's because
a lot more.
technology is
They're a lot more
different.
innocent. They're a
And
lot
you know what
more
else, Cap? Their brains
immature,
not going to
but
be
for a good thing.
right. And Cap, you know what else? Their brains aren't going to be fried when they take their place in our government.
Yeah, no, I don't know, color. These kids are fucking. They
fried for
they
what?
They're
don't live in the
fried
real
for
world.
other reasons. They're fried
Yeah.
for other
Brain
reasons,
rot.
but not because of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, and then like a little bit older, the kids out of high school and like in their last stages of college, or kids who just graduated college, like younger, like mid-20s and shit. They're more into like these weird, obscure designer drugs. Like you don't even know. Yeah, there's still the kids out there doing everything, but it's more into these weird designer drugs that come around. Like it's something new. Like it's really just.
I also noticed they're
It's
all
really
quite
an
American
ecstasy,
nationalism
ketamine,
now, too.
methamphetamine, like how ecstasy used to be, where it was a
Yeah, just different
but-
recipes.
but they just different recipes and their designer things. That's what I've noticed
like
at least.
the pink
Yeah,
stuff.
you're right,
Yeah.
Cap. It's either you're a worthless fentanyl addict or you're on designer drugs. You're right.
Well, no, kids
They
aren't even
look down on
doing, dude.
They look down.
Kids aren't.
They literally look down on people that smoke cigarettes.
No,
dude.
no, color. Kids aren't doing pills, other than what their doctors are giving them, which is a whole nother problem. But for the most part, they're not doing painkillers, not doing opiates, they're not doing Xanax, they're not doing downers and uppers and speed. They're not even doing like fucking. I mean, college kids were doing a lot of whatchamacallit, fuck's it called, bro? Adderall, but that shit's even kind of stopped, right? Like now it's more of these kids don't do that, and doctors don't prescribe it. It's really a lot of
That's because they'll
chemically.
go to jail now.
It's a
I
lot
can't
of.
believe people were prescribed that stuff. I used to take that a few times in college, thinking I would do a test and like study for it and everything. I was doing everything but studying, and it felt like a hardcore drug.
You know what? Every time I've ever taken it, it did nothing. Literally nothing to me.
For me, it was just like
Bipolar
it was like
motherfucker.
it was
It
like taking
doesn't.
Molly
It
without
does
the feeling.
absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it's like drinking a bunch of coffee.
No, it doesn't even do that. I'm like, yo, this shit don't work. Shit is fucking whack. I must need it.
But yeah, that was people were abusing it. People were getting the prescriptions just to be able to sell them.
Yeah, I know. And then they were mixing them with fucking drugs and doing them. But again, like, these kids now, a little bit different how they operate.
And they snort everything too, bro. They will crush up a fucking Tylenol and snort it.
No, they don't. Color, I'm telling you, it's different. Kids, the next generation of college, like from the next 4 to 8 years, are a bunch of straight edge kids. And and what's crazy is they're straight edge. One side, they're Christian straight edge, and on the other, they're anti-Christian straight edge.
Right.
But they're all kind of living. Right. They're all kind
and every
of
one of them.
morality.
Every one of them.
They're like virgins against God.
Yeah, but every one of them popping these designer drugs will look down their nose to a cigarette smoker.
No,
cigarettes are the most evil thing in society while we're sitting here puffing on a joint.
Well, I don't know if people know this, but the Native Americans used to smoke tobacco to keep evil spirits from invading their body.
They also carries their prayers to their God.
Yeah, it carries their prayers, but the reason they practice
that's why I roll a fat one up to my local.
The reason they
natives
practiced
every
smoking
night.
tobacco was to keep the evil spirits that wandered this great land from entering their body.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I'm just saying. I think there's something to that because long before Whitey came across the fucking water and colonized this bitch, along with everyone else, the Spaniards. People want to say it was only white. No, it was the Spanish,
No, Spaniards.
Portuguese.
Spaniards
It
are
was
white.
everybody. It was everybody who had a boat.
Spaniards
back
that
then.
colonized America are
The
white.
French,
dude.
the Spanish, the English, the Portuguese. They all
Dutch.
colonized everything. Anyhow, come on, Dan Hooker. The natives always said that there was evil spirits in the land. From now, if you want to get real crazy and a little historical, this land up here is the land that the Aztec people evacuated from and found the temples down where they found them in Mexico. They left this land from its evil. So don't forget that. If you want to know everything, the natives and the Aztecs all coming from the same people. Natives, meaning Native Americans, stayed up here, while the Aztec people, they fled this land because of the evil spirits. And then they went to where the gods used to be born and where the gods used to stay to get away from the evil at the Aztec temples. They never built them. They said they didn't build them. They said they found them and that their gods built them. And evil spirits were wandering above. And the natives that stayed by figured a way to smoke tobacco to keep them from entering their body.
They definitely
Cap. Now for a possible scientific explanation. Have you noticed what happens when somebody gets dementia or like Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
If you're an indigenous population and you don't have access to modern psychological medicine and all that, how would you interpret somebody losing their mind as they get older?
That's not necessarily
Hold that thought for a second. Because scientists have determined this happened 10 or 15 years ago, that nicotine can be effective to fight the symptoms and the onset of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, nicotine has the same effects as caffeine does, except it has properties that help build neurons pathways.
Right.
So
what I'm saying is, if you're an indigenous population and your old people are losing their minds, and the ones that smoke tobacco don't lose their minds, what are you going to think? You're going to think tobacco wards off the evil spirits.
Oh, okay. I see where you're saying.
Just like rain dancers.
That's just a possible scientific
explanation.
explanation. I'm not saying that's it.
Yeah, I could say there is some form of correlation, but the way in which they had understandings of elderly and how their needs would change. They also had understandings of being crazy and mad. They also had understandings of homosexuality amongst the natives. They knew about it. They in fact admired people for them being different in these ways because,
They were butt fucking the natives.
Well, no, like there would be.
Saying there was leftist Marxist Indians too?
No, I'm dead. I'm dead fucking serious. They did, because they would have natives that would dress as the woman would and do the womanly duties, and they would say, "Wow, that's crazy! I can't believe
they were just gay." That's all.
Well, I know that, but they understood that part in their humanities and had recognition. So when you say that evil
what he's saying is they made a place for them in society. They didn't shun them from society.
They didn't shun this, and they didn't shun the crazy. They didn't shun the mad. They didn't shun the elderly. They didn't shun the homosexual. They had
making a place for them. Hold on. Is it really though making a place, when making a place for them means ridiculing them? Because that's effectively what they were doing.
They didn't ridicule.
But effectively, that's what they were doing by singling them out and making them.
They didn't single them out. They allowed, again, these were free people with free choice. There's a lot of their names
that they honored them.
Always translated to human beings
out of them,
huh?
You're saying that they honored them and all that. That's making.
They didn't honor them. They looked at them as admirationally.
Right. That's making a spectacle out of them.
They didn't make a spectacle, Color. They didn't. That's not how.
Why admire because somebody else's choice?
No, they would
admire you because you like pizza.
Recognize that they were different and treat them as such.
I don't admire Joe Riss because he likes pizza.
No, what they would
If I
admire is
if I
that
went out there and said,
all the men
I
are
went out
going
there
hunting.
and made a big deal out of Joe Riss liking pizza, people would say that I'm making a
Well, 'cause
spectacle out of
Color,
Joe Riss liking
the
pizza.
reality of it is that
I love
in a
pizza.
tribe of maybe 100 men, 99 are the boys and the elderly and the everything. The elderly were being forced to not go on hunts anymore. The young boys were trying to get in as young as they could. And here's this one man that had no desire to hunt and wanted to wash the clothing
Yeah,
with the
honestly,
women.
I think
And they would go,
honestly,
wow,
I
this
think
guy
they
is
would've taken
different.
care of that
This
as
guy
a
is
problem.
different. And they would recognize them and go, yeah, that's this one. He's special. He's different in this way. We don't know
Hey,
why.
I'm sorry, bro. That whoever's putting that idea out there is a complete loon.
It's true.
There is no way people that rely on the fact that the next day they could all starve to death. They're not going to let something exist in their
They're
in
gonna
their
force
group
him to go
like
fucking
that,
hunt.
bro. No,
They're gonna
they're
force
not.
him to hunt.
It's a matter of survival, dude. They're not. Those people were not treated the way they are now. We got to stop acting like people were the same as we are back then.
No, Color. It was true. They had
know it was true.
understandings of things.
How do they know it was true? Did somebody go in a time machine and go ask the tribe?
Yeah.
I mean, bro,
I'm
you've
not
seen
saying
The
they
Walking
heralded
Dead.
they
You've seen
heralded
The
it.
Walking Dead.
What they didn't do is shun it.
But bro, you've seen The Walking Dead. You know damn well that anybody different from the group that would be seen as a detriment would have been taken care of. You know that, bro.
Well, of course, in an ever looming calamity of a zombie apocalypse, but in Native Americans,
Calamity.
they-
They're subsistence farmers, dude. They're in a calamity.
no, they're fucking essentially most are nomads. They're nomads. They
saying
move where the
is
herd
they-
goes.
They didn't have a McDonald's to go to get food, bro.
But everyone had their part.
They
to
were
play.
in an apocalypse.
And I get you're saying that a
Yeah,
man
but
had
they
to
had
hunt.
vegetables and stuff.
Yeah, they
I
could
grew
harvest.
crops.
Who grew them?
harvest.
And
They
who
did
grew
not
them?
farm like that in a lot. They again, most natives fished, hunt. There wasn't sustainable farming. They didn't do it like
Oh,
that.
okay.
I ain't buying it, man. I don't buy it.
Well,
I just don't.
I'm just knowing from what I know on studying of the Cheyenne.
People that rely on the rainfall in a desert to feed themselves do not let anything that's different from the group stay with them. That's just human nature, dude.
Well, Color,
That's group behavior.
you're acting like the one to stay back with the women wasn't pulling his weight. In fact, guess what? All the womanly duties of skinning and fucking hiding and doing all that shit. Guess what? Now the man there helping them do it, and it was
You're
beneficial
also
to
acting
the
like
community.
every man in that tribe agreed with every other man.
I didn't
about
say
the
that they
nature of
agreed
that
with it.
person.
I'm sure some of them didn't like it and they didn't want it to be as
Yeah.
such.
And back then, there was no consequences for them taking that person out.
Yeah, there was. They had civil law amongst themselves. It was everything was decided by the tribe.
As long
Joe Rist is already look at Joe Rist.
whatever you think, bro. I just know that if I'm in a situation like that, ain't nobody even gonna have the common cold around me. I
Well,
mean,
Color, thank goodness you're not the fucking chief of the natives. Because you're like, oh, you got a cold. This one sneezed
I
funny.
bet you we all
Oh,
survive.
this one wears the dress. This one is again.
I bet you we all survive while Color's out there taking out.
in a society
While
as
Color's out
small
there-
as a couple hundred or even a couple.
Yeah,
thousand.
right. While Color's out there
As
taking all
much as
out
you
all the
need
people with
resources
common
to
cold.
feed them all, as you need the resource of human power to sustain it all.
Right. Exactly.
So what are you talking about?
You're acting like whatever. Like seriously, dude. Like they would not have allowed that. They wouldn't have.
Oh well, I disagree. I disagree. I think one isn't bothering him in the
Bro, did
extent.
you know in the 1800s it was perfectly legal for a group of men to hang one of their own friends if that guy stole one of their horses?
Now you're talking about two different societal needs. Okay, you're talking about a much bigger society.
I'm talking about staying alive in the desert. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, staying alive in the desert
Means
is
if
better
somebody
with 3
steals your
men.
only mode of transportation, you hang them.
Well, yeah, obviously, Color.
Yeah.
But this is, you think that this one is holding the tribe back because he's not going hunting?
It's not a matter of what I think. It's a matter of what those people have been known to think in history.
What?
It's about what people in those situations have been known to think in history. We can't even honor our founders anymore because of what they did back in the day, Cap. Come
Well,
on, man.
that's because we've gotten so comfortable in ourselves, Color. You're talking about 2 different things
Exactly,
now.
and I think you're operating from a serious position of comfort right now.
I'm always operating from a serious provision. I'm literally talking to people who aren't in the same room on a microphone.
You take that
screaming at
comfort
people who
away
are
from
watching
human
that I don't
beings.
even know who's watching.
I'm
There's 120
saying is-
of you guys hit the like button.
What I'm saying
in a
is,
situation where I have heat on my feet.
okay,
in
what
my
I'm saying to you,
external
Cap, is
fucking
And this
office that
fucking
I set
what I'm
up,
Dolphins
saying
guy.
to you is when you
watching
take all that
television
away,
while I'm watching this.
when
I'm
you
pretty
take that
comfortable with my
comfort
whiskey.
away, it will not be the same as you think it is, dude. When you take that comfort away, bro, people will be looking at each other with cross eyes.
I mean, look, again, they have. All right. I would say
We're animals, dude. Our number one goal is to survive to the next day. Our number 2 goal is to reproduce. That's what we are. It's also why we're still here. I'm just saying,
I agree.
having fun with your fellow man is not a survival tactic. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, there's no procreation that can ever happen. There's no beyond it. And
those
yes, in
Knew
some
that. I
instances,
think those people knew that.
in
Just like
some
we know that
instances,
today.
when it
They
comes
just
down
weren't
to when
afraid to
that
say it
one
back
is an elderly and there's no family lineage to help take care of, hunt, and feed, and no partner for that person, then yeah, there is an ostracization that can manifest.
Right.
But
We can't even
ultimately,
get-
their
We
acceptance.
can't even get enlightened people. Cap.
My
In
point
today's
is,
day and age, we cannot even get enlightened people to accept it. And you're telling me a tribe of 100 indigenous people would have accepted it? Really?
I'm saying they would accept their
Come
own
on, man.
as they are, because they had
Well,
free
they
will.
had no choice. That I'm speaking as to
Maybe
what
you could say it was
I'm
no
speaking
choice.
as to how they would have acted because of it.
Here, maybe let me. I want to share a couple stories
Yes,
about
of course, his mother would have still loved him, Cap. I get that.
living out here in Washington State. There's a lot of Native American reservations out here,
I thought you were gonna say gays.
and
I thought he was too.
a
I thought
Native
he says
American
a lot of gay
gangs?
natives around here.
Again,
Yeah,
the
bro.
goat-
There's
again,
a
the
whole
goat-
colony
I'm talking
of them.
about people in a situation of
But hold
comfort.
on.
Roman soldiers were comfortable for their time
But
period.
hold on a second. Let me.
Go
So
ahead, Tom.
the first time I ever really been on a reservation was here in Washington State. I was doing energy audits for it was Snoqualmie tribe. And when I first got into the reservation, like it's just like looks like a regular neighborhood. Like I'm driving around in there and I see just all these mounds of dirt in front of everyone's yard. It looked like, to me at first, it looked like piles of like horse shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I asked one of the people that lived there, I said,
Groundhog holes?
yeah,
Is that really what they were?
yes.
Oh shit!
Yes, look, everywhere, dude, every fucking yard looked like a fucking groundhog fucking reservation. And
Cap,
like,
Tom,
but it's
that's
like,
funny.
look,
It's funny because it's what happened to
But
me in
it's-
Missouri the first time I saw moles
like,
in the
they
yard. I
allow
didn't
it,
realize
but they-
moles were like that.
but they allow it because it's the native thing. It's like these creatures are here, so we're gonna let them be here. We're not gonna scare them off. We're not gonna kill them. We're gonna let them be. And then just like being out here and seeing the way that they draw killer whales, like they don't just draw them; they draw them with all these different designs. And
No, Tonk, I will. You know what? You just made a good point.
but hold on.
When it
In
comes
the
to
same-
Native Americans, yes, I can understand because I've been immersed in them a lot around them too. And you are kind of right that they do value life in a certain way. That what Cap is saying about how they would have treated that person probably is a little more accurate with the Native Americans than it would be with, let's say, let's say, a tribe of Vandals in Europe. You know what I mean?
It seems like they're okay with the way, with what they have and what the way
value
it is,
human life
and the way that they were born to be. And like they named their kids,
I can agree with you guys on that.
They named their kids after running rivers,
again,
tall trees. Their kids are named Tall Tree.
They value that. Right. They would value that. They would value that gay person like they would any other part of creation.
It was only in its value, not because it was life, but because of how different it was, as well.
What I mean, Cap, is
what I mean by value situation that they were not just. They weren't necessarily valuing it and propping them up as much as they were intrigued by, wow, you're different than us.
Right. And to Tonk's point, they would have seen it as nature, just like they see everything else.
No, they would have erred on the side of their gods, like every man does.
Right. They would have seen it no different. They don't
understand.
I'm with you guys. They would have seen it no different than a tree growing a weird branch.
Oh shit.
Or something, you know what I mean? Like they would have still been like, that's special. You know what I mean? Like that's because they view life itself in Earth as special.
Well, think about it like this.
I get what you guys are saying for the Native Americans.
If you look at all the Native,
the general idea of tribal communities who have to act on different things without thinking the way we do. That's all I was trying to say. Look, you guys are right about the Native Americans. And maybe I shouldn't be putting that on them.
Even the money that they've been given, like these reservations and like all the money they spend is like what they do is they invest it in what they have right then and there, and they buy casinos that steadily, replenish.
Maybe
they're not building, they're not building ships to go other countries.
Well,
they're trying to just stay here. Like
maybe my prejudgment. Maybe my prejudgment comes from the idea of like how the reservations, the tribal governments on these reservations have all banned alcohol. You know that, right?
Well,
yeah, a lot of not all of them, but a lot of them have.
Let me finish real quick.
It's that's what they want to do.
Those tribal governments, the Indians themselves, have determined that genetically they can't handle their booze.
Okay, and that's
it hasn't.
That wasn't a white man. That wasn't a white man being racist.
No,
it hasn't served them. That's for sure. Firewater bad.
That's their law.
Real quick.
So
hold on, Color. Hold on.
Conservatism.
Hold on. We've run across a lot.
Other things.
We've talked God. We've talked fucking theory. We've talked dinosaurs. We've talked fucking natives now. Aliens. Talked aliens. Mondo is in chat. Mondo is a native.
Okay, and I mean all this respectfully. Like I have a lot of respect for
Mondo, come up here and talk about some natives.
I hope people don't think of that about me either.
No,
I'm talking about, bro. So. We don't know.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to come with this as
respectful
as I can.
Let me be real, but y'all don't know shit.
You know what I mean?
No. You're.
I mean, I even changed my mind with what you guys are saying about the Native Americans. They do have a certain belief system that I am aware of that
they're
would
live and let live for real.
Allow them to accept that.
And I mean, even like this is my experience. This is what I've physically seen. When I say that.
Even the way most native
just
tribes,
as a culture.
Even the way most native tribes fought amongst themselves, minus the Blackfoot and a couple of other like Comanche in the end. For the most part, they didn't fight to kill as much as they fought to win the battle.
Right.
Some people would die.
They fought for resources, Cat.
They fought for resources, but and also a lot of it was women. A lot of it was stealing of people. The resource they stole a lot from wasn't food, wasn't water, wasn't land.
Well, if it was the people, desert, it was water.
It was people.
Oh yeah. I
it
got
was
you.
women. It was children they took.
Just like
They
it
needed
was
to
in Europe,
replenish
Cat.
the ranks.
It's like every time the Romans conquered somebody, they sold half their population off to the Syrians or whoever. You know what I mean?
Hey
It was
guys,
people. What's up, Liz?
Rich is Native American. He says that they didn't kill their elderly when they got old. They took off on their own. It was
Yeah, they
just a
died like
ritual that they
cats.
did.
Oh, they
They-
put him
they
out in
just-
pasture like a horse. Oh my
To go
god!
pass
No.
away in the
The
woods?
elderly, the elderly would sometimes. Now, this isn't all times. They would build their own heaven to the sky. When they would build their graves would be erected,
Uh-huh.
and they would sleep in the sky, and they would just go there and lay there to die.
Ah,
They
okay.
would lay there and die.
Yeah, that's like a form of a nursing home or a deathbed. You know what I mean?
No, it's a form of I don't want to be a burden on anyone anymore, and I'm going to see my maker.
And the alternative was if you didn't do that, they were going to kill you off anyway.
No,
You're a burden.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
They weren't savagery in that way of killing.
I'm not saying
People.
that's savage.
They
I'm saying that's a matter of survival.
What you didn't want to happen as a grandfather, right, is your family needed to move with the herd and stayed behind to protect you
Right.
because you couldn't travel while
Right.
while the rest of the tribe moved along, and then the outskirts of like the Blackfoot or something else would come by and ravage you and take them hostage and
Right.
kill the old person. So you did the honorable thing by walking away, building your fucking
Right.
your
And what
coffin
would
to the
happen
sky.
if you didn't do the honorable thing? They were going to do it for you.
Color. They always did the honorable thing because it was
Yeah,
really,
because I don't want no motherfucker taking me out.
no.
I'm
it
gonna
was
go do it
because I saw
myself.
my father
maybe
do
there
it.
was a
I
little
see
bit of
my
both,
grandfather
you know,
do
it
it.
could- there
I
could
watch
be both.
everyone
think
else's
Tom did
fathers
it.
and grandfathers do it.
It's
It was
probably a little bit of
societal.
both.
It was
It might be a little bit
culturally.
of both. Like, all right, Papa, it's time to go.
And there was some other tribes that were like,
No,
we
I
don't
think
play
it- I
around
think
here,
it was the
Grandpa.
latter
No,
that
I'm
they
just
didn't
kidding.
want-
I'm just kidding.
I think Papa had to say to him, "Listen, I'm not traveling this time," and they didn't want him
Yeah,
to.
there you go.
Right.
They didn't want
Another
him to.
thing that I thought was very fascinating is how matriarchal they are. Like, I don't know. When I say they, I can only speak to the one tribe that I visited and got immersed with for a day was the Hopi in Arizona. And they do not ever touch their females' possessions when they die. Those houses, the female's house and all of her shit will sit there and disintegrate into the desert. They won't touch any of it.
Yeah, because they don't want her evil spirit coming back and haunting them.
And it's hers. Why would you take it?
Yeah, listen, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So we were walking around their older parts of the village, and he was pointing out some of these houses that nobody lives in because, you know, it was a woman that lived there 100 years ago or whatever, and they just leave it there to disintegrate. And all over the ground, dude, there's like little silver thimbles and shit like that. Dude, that fucking place is a gold mine, dude, of artifacts, dude. Because
but
these
no,
people let centuries of women of women's belongings just disintegrate into the desert.
All right, real quick. Shout out to Shelby. Is it blizzard conditions or something in Florida, El Cap? I don't think Floridians even own jackets like that.
It is
Well,
fucking
as of
cold
already,
tonight.
all
It
fucking
is
boy,
windy.
Hold
It is
up.
cold.
Let me put me in center. Look at your boy in a motherfucking
Look at
winter
what-
ass
he
jacket
he
right
ain't have
here,
on.
baby.
What you mean is, Cap, you ain't have to drip that hard, is what he meant to say.
I'm dripping hard as a
Yo,
motherfucker right now. I got that
6
swing
degrees
on
right
that
now.
thing.
It's 46 degrees in South Florida right
Yeah,
now.
It
he's
is-
been
it's-
waiting.
It's
He's been waiting
cold.
364 fucking days for
It's
it to be
29
40
degrees here in Central Florida.
And
do
Cap,
know-
we
hold
are
up.
getting
I
We
do
are
know
getting
where
those
my
planes
where
down
my
here.
mother and father are at in South Carolina, where I usually work during the weeks. It's snowing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it
And
is.
Cap,
Yeah.
we're
Snowing
getting
like a motherfucker.
we're getting those 20s in South Florida next couple
Tonight.
nights.
Yeah, tonight and
Night.
tomorrow.
And guess what?
it's 39
It's
here.
And the
It's
precipitation
always
has not,
39 here.
hold on. The precipitation has not finished clearing out yet. It might happen, guys. 49-year anniversary.
I
It
would
might
say, I
happen.
would say this. I've lived
What?
in the Daytona
You know what, Donk?
I have lived in the Daytona, St. Augustine area off and on since
You're gonna jinx it.
2003. I've seen it snow in this bitch twice. I've seen it snow for a full fucking day here once. A full
Damn.
day. It snowed for like
seen it
6
down here.
hours. It snows. I've seen it snow.
But you ain't never seen it down here.
Try having it snow like 5 days in a row.
Liz might have seen it down
Yeah,
here. I
because
don't
where
know.
you live,
I don't want to
live in
date
Seattle.
Liz.
It don't ever fucking snow here. But if I drive 20 minutes, dude, if I drive 30 minutes east, it's like
So,
it's fucking blizzards and shit.
so really quick, if you were born after January 19th, 1977, you've never seen snow in South Florida. That includes me because I was born February 28th of the same year.
When I was in preschool,
Yeah, but
in
you were
Miami,
far.
they
You were
brought
far
snow
from
in for us to
Florida
play
when you
on.
were born.
Oh yeah,
so-
Tonk. The irony there, I was literally being born in a snowstorm at the time in Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
Lived here all my life. Was born in the snow. Lived in Florida all my life.
Yeah, Germany gets
See
snow. Like fucking
Didn't
crazy.
see snow for the first time until I was at the Grand Canyon in Arizona.
Is that the last time you seen snow, Color? What was that, last year?
No, he was in
last time I was in Missouri, which was
Missouri,
about 5 years ago.
yeah,
Oh,
my
wait a minute. Where
my
was
folks sent me some videos. It's snowing pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I
South
see some
Carolina and
videos
Georgia
of
right now.
North Carolina. A friend of mine's
Well,
in North Carolina. It's fucking snowing like
South
crazy.
Carolina's coming down. It's coming down.
It
in
don't ever
North
snow in
Georgia.
Seattle. It don't ever fucking snow.
Which is crazy because it gets wicked cold enough to.
No,
why
it
isn't
gets
it
to
snow?
39 and it stays
Really?
there
I thought you guys were
all winter,
guys
dude.
were, like,
It'll
so
stay.
cold.
It'll be 40 degrees all fucking winter.
Really? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it stays the same temperature.
It's that.
Just like
It's that
wintertime.
Pacific
Just
wind
like
color.
summertime. Just
Yeah,
like
you're right.
summertime.
You're right.
It's
the
the same
it's from the
temperature,
Pacific-
yeah.
It's from the Ring of Fire. It's the warm air from the
Guess
Ring of
what
Fire.
though?
Yeah.
When it's nice out,
No.
it's 60 degrees color.
It's
It don't ever
because-
change.
It's
Called the
because this
banana
little-
boat.
It's a little pocket of fucking.
Is it like in a valley or something?
Yeah, somewhat.
It's like
It's
like
because
a
we're so
low
close
country.
to the ocean.
It's like
And
a
it's
low
in the
country.
valley of the Cascades.
What's weird
That's
is that it's
No.
covered by cliffs.
The Cascades are east of Seattle.
why-
Where
right,
I am.
You're, right.
We're
You're in
between.
the
See,
Seattle
yeah,
would
but
be in
see,
its
but we're
foothills,
between. We're between the Cascades in the ocean, and then
Right.
so like that's what keeps us cold, but we don't
right.
get snow.
But Tonk, what I'm saying is there's actually right off the coast up there, there's an underground part of the Ring of Fire mountain chain. So you're actually in a valley, but some of it's covered by the ocean. You know what I mean?
The Ring of Fire.
The Ring
Yeah.
of Fire, the Cascades are part of the Ring of Fire.
What?
Yeah, the volcanoes.
The Ring
Yeah,
of
I
Fire
know,
goes
but that's
all the way
over in
around the
Japan.
Pacific Ocean, dude.
That's over in Japan, though.
No.
No.
brother. The Ring of Fire is comprised of the entire coastline of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah,
I didn't
Mount
know it was
Rainier,
that
Mount St.
big.
Helens, Mount Adams.
Are the
It
Ring
lines-
of Fire?
Tonk, it
I
lines
don't.
the
What
plate.
the fuck?
It lines the boundary of the Pacific plate, dude. All the way around it.
And Mount Hood, too.
Isn't it? I don't know.
The
The Cascades are part of the Ring of Fire.
San Andreas Fault is part of the Ring of Fire.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But the Ring of Fire is all underwater.
No, it's a mountain. It's the volcano system that lines the Pacific plate. Some of the Pacific plate is on land, like in Washington, the
Yeah.
Cascade Mountains.
Huh.
That's not where the heat's coming from. All the composting that all the liberals in Seattle are doing.
I could do it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should try
it's,
being in Eastern Washington.
Do a quick,
There is
do a
no
quick,
heat.
do a quick
That's the
image
thing,
search for
there
the Ring of
is
Fire.
no
You'll
heat.
see what it is.
It's
Like it's all the way around the Pacific.
So yeah, the Ring of Fire goes off of the coast of Australia.
All of the
about-
Alaskan volcanoes are all part of the Ring of
way,
Fire.
all the way through the.
You know, Alaska is in the Ring of Fire.
Around all the way up to Russia and North Korea, across into Alaska, and comes really close and down off the entire western seaboard of the United States.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Here, look, I'll show you on my camera.
Hold on, I'm not looking at my phone
California,
at the moment.
Baja
I believe you, dude.
California.
I don't have a reason not to believe
Look,
you.
you can see it. Baja California, San Andreas Fault, all of that is caused.
Goes all the way down to
fire.
Peru and shit and Chile.
What the fuck? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
The Andes
massive.
Mountains.
Apparently, it encapsulates the entirety of the Pacific Ocean
Yeah,
on all
that's
land
what it-
sides.
yeah, that's
the edge.
I gotta
It
be honest.
literally-
I gotta be
it
honest. I
literally
feel like
marks the edge of the Pacific plate.
I honestly believe that there is land in the Pacific Ocean, a lot of land that they're not showing us.
Of course there is.
If you look at the enormity of the Pacific Ocean compared to the Indian and the Atlantic, it doesn't make any
Isn't
sense.
the Marianas Trench the deepest part?
Why
in the
doesn't
world?
it make any sense?
Well, there's
There's
islands
fucking
all over
land
the
out
place.
there that they're lying about. That's where Epstein's at.
There's a bunch of
Yeah,
islands.
yeah,
that's
well,
it.
yeah.
Like islands? You mean like islands, like Wake Island?
not gonna argue that he's
No,
still
I mean
alive.
like a massive swath of
Like
land
Australia?
that's out there. Yeah, like another
Yeah,
Australia is out there.
It's called the Great Garbage Island.
No,
Hey,
No,
color.
that's gotten cleaned up.
no. I'm saying there is a massive amount of
That
land.
It's dotted. The whole ocean's dotted with islands. If you look.
Yeah,
look
I call bullshit.
Yeah, okay, mister. I'm fitting in fucking new country
Yeah.
every fucking month.
Actually, I'm going to Asia in a few months.
Yeah, I know you are.
You are?
Hey,
Yeah.
What,
hey,
where
color.
at in Asia? Hey, you know where you need to go, Joe Rist? Is Vietnam. I
That's
hear
where I'm
it's an
starting. I'm
Really?
starting Vietnam. Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Well,
for like 5
listen,
days.
you know, not this year because I'm trying to buy a house this year, but maybe next year I'm gonna take the wife and the kids to somewhere abroad, really nice.
Yeah, the prices are insanely cheap.
They're insanely cheap in Vietnam, and they fucking treat Americans so well, and it's super safe, and they got cool temples and all kinds of shit.
Me
Yeah,
love
the
you long
temples-
time.
Huh?
Me love you long time.
No,
Especially
no,
because-
color. They don't fuck
Especially
around.
because we just stopped a war over there.
No, that's not why. They're still commies.
Well,
Hey,
Vietnam.
color.
No, I meant with
well,
another
Vietnam
country. No,
recently,
I meant
in
with
the
them
last
in Cambodia.
in the last 15 or 20 years, Vietnam has actually made moves to like join the West, dude. Like they're trying to
Yeah, they're becoming more
trying
democratic.
to squash the beef after all these decades. You
They
know what I
want to become more democratic, like the Philippines.
Hey, color. I've been telling people for a long time that if we get a bunch of earthquakes, a lot of the Washington State coastline, Oregon coastline, and the California coastline will be gone.
Not the Washington State coastline, but maybe
Yeah, yes.
Oregon.
You know what's interesting about
and not the northern California line, maybe southern, because in northern California, from central and northern California, it's fucking cliffs, and in most other than like central Washington State, there's cliffs there too. Like
Well, yes, but cliffs can friggin' deteriorate over time.
yeah, over time,
If they
but
weaken
you-
and
you-
there's an earthquake, it will fall
there are
into the
massive
ocean.
cliffs on
So
the
check this
northern
out.
side.
So like when everybody starts talking about natural disasters, if they're from different parts of the country, everybody starts listing the stuff they have to worry about. You ever notice that? Oh, we got hurricanes over here. Oh, we got earthquakes. Oh, we got tornadoes. You know what I mean? Like and then there's people in Florida that are like, we got tornadoes and hurricanes. And you know,
Hurricanes are one of the easiest things to ever worry about.
Washingtonians are the only ones in the country that can be like, yeah, we get volcanoes here too.
Well, yeah,
Like
we get
everybody-
hurricanes
Like
once
I
in a
know,
while.
I
too.
know, I know Oregon
No,
has
we get
volcanoes in
cyclones.
Northern California, but Washington's the only place in the country in our generations that have
had
actually had a
volcanic
volcano
explosion.
fucking attack.
There haven't been any eruptions in Hawaii.
No,
Oh, I
there's an
forgot about Hawaii.
there's an
I'm
active
sorry.
volcano in Hawaii.
I'm sorry, I forgot it. No, he's right. I forgot about Hawaii.
But that's a
But they
yeah,
are one big volcano. It's a little different, Joe.
yeah, that one, yeah.
Iceland's kind of the same way. Iceland, it was what, just a few years ago, they had a pretty bad
Oh yeah,
one.
Iceland is active for sure. Iceland is forming the top of a zipper that's running right down the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, remember when that one erupted in Iceland and everybody seen soot on the eastern seaboard
Yeah,
all the way to
2021.
Florida?
Oh yeah.
Shut down all
Remember
flights,
Peter
yeah.
Griffin? Remember Peter Griffin? I bet you all aren't making fun of me for that volcano insurance now, are you?
I was, to be honest, I don't fear the ones that are erupting that erupt quite often. It's the ones that don't is the ones you got to watch out for.
Yeah, those are the ones that are catastrophic because they release built
volcanoes.
up energy over
Yep.
centuries.
Like
I ain't worried
Yellowstone.
about a fucking volcano at all. I don't give a fuck about a volcano because I ain't near them.
Isn't Yellowstone like one massive volcano?
Yes,
they
it's
say it'll destroy
underground.
everything.
It'll
But I
destroy
noticed
everything.
when they show what
Cavern.
Yellowstone can destroy is never anywhere I'm gonna live.
Yeah.
You
not
still,
close
you
to
still-
where
Yeah,
you
it's called
heard it would be
Caldera.
By the
like
way, I actually did a deep dive on it. All these people talking about the super volcano in Yellowstone erupting, it's another fucking flat Earth thing.
I
Like
agree.
the actual scientists are like, no, it's relieving its pressure just fine. Like it always
All
has.
the time, it's
Stop
relieving its pressure.
Yeah.
It's literally relieving its pressure all the time. Why
Right.
is it gonna happen?
It's exactly what Old
geysers.
Faithful is.
That's what Old Faithful is.
Imagine
Now
seeing
fuck
that
up
though
Old
as a Native
Faithful and cover it
American.
up, and you'll be fucked.
Like someone in the old days not actually having that information on geology and how.
Well,
the
yeah,
Earth
yeah,
works.
Joe. They actually think that because Mount St. Helens is in a cycle of about 150 years or some shit. So they're pretty sure that pre-colonial Native Americans witnessed a Mount St. Helens eruption. They're pretty sure of it.
Mm. Yeah, they
So that
must
would
have
be
thought
like
the world
the
was ending when
Shoshone.
they saw
That would be like the Shoshone and people like that. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
actually
but again, say what you will about how or what when it comes to volcanoes, but all it is part of the process.
Yep.
And every new
pimple.
life is
It's an Earth
decay.
pimple. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
it-
It's an Earth pimple.
That's it, and it's gonna explode, and it's gonna create more land mass, and there you go. You're oh no, yeah.
That's the part that people don't realize. You go to Mount St. Helens now, and it's like a freaking, it's like Eden and shit. Because
Yeah,
everything's growing there already. And coming
everything's
back.
so beautiful where the havoc begins.
I was there before it erupted and after.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
I used to hike a lot with my grandmother up at Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens.
I was 3 years old when it erupted. I wasn't even aware of it. However, my whole life I had subscribed to. My mom got me a subscription to National Geographic when I was young, and one of the issues I had was all devoted to Mount St. Helens. It was a big thing. As a Floridian, something happening on the exact opposite side of the country from where I grew up was just so fascinating to me that a volcano could erupt in America. You know what I mean? Like I just immersed myself in all of it. I'm like the greatest expert on Mount St. Helens that does not live in Washington. Because I know all them Washingtonians are going to be like, you don't know nothing about Mount St. Helens. Well, I know more than any non-Washingtonian can.
You know her original name?
No, I don't. It's probably Native American.
I know that the it's Mount Tahoma.
Oh, it was Mount Tahoma?
Really?
Yep.
Why did they change it?
I don't know.
Because white man.
Because we're colonialists.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
colonialists got to change it. That's comes part of owning it is that I change what you
By the
call
way,
it.
did y'all notice Mount McKinley's back?
I rewrite
Mount
your
Tahoma.
history.
I'm gonna start calling it that.
Not me.
Mount McKinley is back, and the Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of America now.
Gulf of America and Mount St.
Like a
Helens
whole
and Mount
lot
McKinley.
of winning to me.
Calling it Mount St. Trump.
Well, Gulf America isn't really. Yeah, but it's not so false because all of this is America. So
Well, that was what they're, but the media won't let them have that reasoning, Tonk. He didn't actually say of the Americas. So he's a fascist that meant only United States.
That's not the Gulf of the United
'cause
States. It's the
Mexico's in
Gulf of
North
America.
America.
We're in North America.
yeah, we're in North America.
Right. What I'm saying though is they tried to say because he didn't use the words
You know what's
of
funny?
the
Is
Americas
I met a woman from Argentina.
that he was being nationalistic. You know
like
what I mean?
7
By
years
calling it
ago.
Gulf of America.
and she was like, "We're American too."
Yeah,
Like-
they are. They're Southern American.
Like
think
she's
you're
like,
missing
no,
the
we're
point I'm trying to
American
make.
too.
I understand that, Tonk. What I'm saying is,
No, I'm just saying. I'm not.
right, Trump renamed
I know,
it
I got it.
Gulf of America, right? And when the announcement was made, the media tried to claim he was being nationalistic. So when they gave the reason it's all America here on the west side, in the Western Hemisphere, they said, well, then you should have used the words the Gulf of the Americas. So in other words, because he didn't add of the Americas, he's a nationalist. It's just so stupid anymore, dude. Like the media is so fucking dumb. It's unreal. And why do they have all the money? Donate to the Finns Tailgate. Prove to us that these people don't deserve that fucking money. They're idiots. No, you'll keep turning on CNN and handing them your advertising dollars. Go right ahead.
You get the one with the door.
Yes.
Let me see you pick it up.
Fuck CNN. I watch Alex
You
Jones.
can't let the guy
I
have
was wrong.
one freaking
Dude,
thing
I
in
love
life,
Alex
dude.
Jones. He shows you like all the stuff he talks about. He shows you like the articles he's referring to that have been published. Like he doesn't just talk and talk. Like he shows you like what he's talking about.
Right. And Tonk, you and I can't make these logical points without being considered MAGA or Trumpists or whatever the fuck label they put on everybody now. As far as I'm concerned, Donald Trump is a rich billionaire that knows nothing of my plight. That's not why I voted for him. If anybody actually votes for people thinking that you're getting somebody like you, get out of politics.
No, I don't think people vote because I don't know, maybe, but
They do. Because they believe
that's
that
how
shit,
Mondami
Tonk.
got.
They
got
believe
voted
that
in.
shit, hook, line, and sinker from the media.
That's how
So Trump's a
Mondami got
nationalist
voted
because
in.
he didn't
Fuck
say
that
of
guy.
the Americas. You know, and I have to say it. And so when I tell people, when I correct people, they're like, "Oh, well, you're just a Trump fascist." It's like I didn't say I actually liked the man. I just wasn't
Google
correcting people.
Look, Biden required Google to not put out information about COVID during COVID. That is fascism. That
was
is
wrong.
fascism.
Mount Rainier was Tahoma.
Oh, okay.
And then Mount St. Helens, hold on, I gotta figure out how to pronounce the stupid thing.
Now, Rainier is the one you really got to worry about because that thing hasn't erupted in like 100,000 years.
No, it's supposed to erupt in every
Well,
year. It's within 100 years, is what.
Yeah,
they
and
say.
its cycle is a lot lower than that, Tonk. So it's like well overdue, you know. And it's a
Okay,
big time type of eruption.
So Mount St. Helens is La Wa E Latte La.
What?
LAWILATLA.
Oh, you mean Mount St. Helens' original name?
Can
Yes.
we get a souvenir in here to help us pronounce that?
No, say that again. Spell it again. Spell it again, please.
LAWILATLA.
Lawitla. Lawitla.
No, it's La
Lawitla.
Wali
Lawitilla.
Latilla, yeah.
It's kind of like Tequila.
Yeah, something like that. Of course, she would have a difficult name. She's a difficult volcano.
Yeah, well, yeah. Look at the name rhododendron. Look how it's fucking spelled. That's like the longest word I've ever seen.
For a
It's
mountain, yeah.
Lawitlatla.
Yeah.
Lawitlatla. Used by the Cowlitz people, meaning one from whom smoke
Oh
comes.
yeah, Cowlitz. Yeah, that's a.
The other native name is Luwit or Luwala Klo, used by the Klickitat people. Also,
Oh yeah,
translating
Klickitat.
to Smoking Mountain. There's a Klickitat people. Are you serious?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
Klickitat. Yeah,
Bro, I thought that was a made up name. Oh my god. That's so
Klickitat is real.
Check this out. And this makes sense because I think the author came from Washington State. Now that I'm thinking about
There's
it,
a
she is
shit
kind of
ton
a
of different tribes out here, dude. There's
Hold
so
on, hold on.
many.
The author I'm thinking of is kind of like a liberal type. She probably was from Washington. Are you familiar with Judy Blume?
I don't know.
You don't remember the Ramona series?
Yes.
No.
Elementary
I
school?
grew up reading those dang things.
My English teacher read them to us in English class, Liz, all the way over here in Florida. And the street she lived on, Ramona lived on, was Klickitat Street. And my English teacher, ironically, couldn't pronounce the name. And she told us that before she ever started reading the books to us. She said, I can't pronounce this name, so I just call it Clickety Clackety Street. She read the whole book calling it Clickety Clackety Street.
Oh my God.
English teacher.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of, like Talk said, there's a whole bunch of tribes over
Never
there.
knew that. And now it makes sense because I can imagine a woman like Judy Blume being from Washington. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know that the Ramona series was set in Washington State. I didn't even know that.
Yep. Richard Snohomish.
Ramona the Brave. That was the sequel, I think, to the first book.
I'm a Wapato.
There was a movie about a little girl that was really smart, like roaming around town.
Harriet the Spy.
I think it was modeled after Ramona, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Harriet the Spy.
Harriet the Spy. Yeah, I think that's modeled after Ramona.
Yeah, I read those ones too.
Same kind of character. Real smart little girl that just gets into shenanigans. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, that actress that used to do that, she just died recently.
Yeah.
What?
Cannonball. Yeah. She also played Dawn in Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV
How'd she
series.
die?
The little girl that played Harriet?
Yeah.
She died of alcoholism.
Alcoholism?
Yeah.
Nope, it wasn't.
What is she, like 12?
How did she die?
Hold on. Her name is Michelle Tannenbaum.
Yeah. Alcoholism.
Dad was a GM for the Dolphins. I mean,
Yeah, the mom from Home
was
Alone
a
died.
GM for the Dolphins. She probably
Yeah, that was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
How the fuck did she die?
Hold on.
Alcoholism.
Shelby got a word challenge for me.
Oh no, it's Tetchenberg. Michelle Tetchenberg.
I'm gonna go with Puyallup.
Puyallup. Sounds right.
Or Puyallup.
No, it's Puyallup.
Or Puyallup, right.
Puyallup.
But it could be Puyallup.
Puke it all up. Let's see.
Close.
Michelle Christine Tetchenberg.
Puyallup. Is it Puyallup?
Yeah.
Judy Blume is still alive, by the way.
Oh, okay, good. She was pretty much the what's her name that wrote the Harry Potter novels. What the fuck? What the hell was
She's
her name?
87 years old.
The lady that wrote Harry Potter. What's her name?
JK.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Yeah, Judy Blume
Okay.
was like the J.K. Rowling of her day.
Okay, so Michelle Tetchenberg died of complications of diabetes, and also side effects of an organ transplantation.
Sounds like alcohol poisoning to me.
Mm-hmm.
She died of probably a liver transplant. She was working on.
Yeah. She didn't get that liver transplant from all the alcohol poisoning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She
that's
had
what I'm saying.
diabetes, guys.
Well, that's
I mean,
caused.
yeah, tons of people have diabetes. They don't fucking die from it.
Yeah, they do.
It can happen from alcohol.
Not that young.
Yes, you can. I know. So I've known a lot of people with diabetes.
But Liz, a rich girl with all the money in the world to have.
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, she has resources. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's like Michael
Yeah,
But
we're
Jordan.
if
also
he had
talking about
lived,
someone who
You
was
notice-
but if
fucking
he had,
used
Hey,
like
everybody!
fucking
Did everybody
Nickelodeon.
notice Michael? What's his name? Magic Johnson is still alive,
Yeah.
and we all said back then when we first found out about it, God, it must have been 25 years ago now.
Yeah,
And
it was
we
a
all
long fucking
said,
time ago.
we all said back then, oh, don't worry, everybody. His money will allow him to get the treatments. He should be able to live at least another 15 years. The guy is in great health, and it's been like 25, 30 years since then.
Yeah, but they have medication now that you can go undetectable.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Tonk. It just got better and better.
That shit's
His
crazy.
original
They've
outlook for
actually-
15 years just grew. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they've actually cured people of AIDS.
Oh yeah. Well, what you mean is they've gotten people back to testing.
No, they cured a baby of it.
Oh, maybe a baby.
100%.
I can see a baby.
100%. They cured a baby of it,
I
and
can see that. Plus,
there is a story. Look,
there's also about 2% of the population that
no,
has
it's
a general immunity.
It's 1% of Caucasians are immune to AIDS.
Right, and they're all from the same region of Europe, dude. And what they found out was that that same group of people also has a natural immunity to COVID. And that's how they knew. That's how they knew that HIV and COVID share a common ancestor.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, look it up, dude.
No way.
HIV is a coronavirus, bro.
What the? No way.
Look it up.
It is. It is, Tom. HIV
How?
is a type of coronavirus
What?
because it was
Came
lab
from the
made.
same- they both came from a common ancestor, just like
They're
we came from a common
lab-made.
ancestor with other apes.
But like they're totally
Made in the
different though.
lab.
I mean, besides them being a virus, it's like it's like AIDS. Like that's like one of the most deadliest things in all of
I
history
hear
of
you.
humanity.
I hear
And
you. But
COVID
you know
is
what,
the
Tonk?
fucking flu.
But you know what, Tonk? One woman's son can be much more violent than another woman's son.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just then why? Yeah, but there's also feline AIDS too.
Bro, look it up. I'm telling you, the same group of people, the same 1%.
No, I believe you on
Have
that.
immunity
I
to
just
both
don't
of them.
know. Yeah, you know how they found that out was because there was a guy
They
who got
found
a
it out
blood.
from the coincidence of realizing that this demographic also had an immunity to COVID.
Yeah, but there was a guy who got a blood transfusion, and he contracted AIDS, and it killed, and his body killed it on its own.
Oh wow, that's the same people. And
Yeah.
here we go.
What the
Jimmy
fuck?
Satterfield, it says the common cold is a virus. We know it's a virus, but more
Right.
importantly, Jimmy, the common cold is also a coronavirus. It's a family of viruses that are shaped a certain way. That's
Yeah.
like a corona.
Yes,
They
But
have a
just the
corona.
way AIDS, I don't
Of
know.
protein.
That's crazy that they're related. That's very. I don't know.
It's simply that they came from the same ancestor.
Yeah.
So they evolved. Once they split from that ancestor, they became
And
two
it's crazy
different
that
viruses.
something that technically it's not dead, but it's not alive. It's non-living. But
Right,
it,
remember,
it,
Tonk,
it
I got the dead.
as
I
a
got
living
I got the Johnson and Johnson virus
Yeah,
vaccine.
that was
right?
the good one.
Right. Well, but here's
That was the
but
good
what it
one.
was. But I don't know if you realize what it
I got
was.
the one that fucked me up. The
Did
mRNA.
you read? Okay, but check this out. When
I didn't
when
know.
I got the vaccine, the Johnson and Johnson, they gave, just like every other prescription
A-
drug, they give you
A
the
dead
paper
copy
that
of
tells
it.
you all about it, right?
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
so I read that. I didn't need to go to the media. I didn't need to go find. All I had to do was read the pamphlet that the fuckers gave me,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
And the vaccine they gave me was actually a dead virus vaccine,
Right.
and the virus they used was COVID
Right.
earlier version.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
It
SARS.
didn't kill people. They literally injected me with a SARS
dead
virus,
copy of it.
with a SARS CoV-2 virus,
Yeah, with a dead copy of it.
but of an older ancestor, Tonk, not the actual CB19.
No. Correct.
I never got the virus. I never got the flu. I never got the shot either.
I got the shot.
Both of us.
The mostly the reason why I got it is because I really wanted to go to Florida and visit my grandfather, and I was so afraid that if I brought COVID, you know, or I don't know, I was just afraid of killing my
Don't worry, Tonk.
grandfather.
Don't worry, Tonk. We know how the media did people during that whole thing.
But at the same
Okay.
time,
You weren't
dude,
the only
in
one. You weren't the
Seattle-
only one that thought
in
that. Bro.
Seattle, you couldn't go anywhere without showing your fucking card.
I know, and they
You
made
couldn't
you to
go
believe-
anywhere.
And
I
the
would have
media
got
made
fired. I
and
would
the
have got
media-
fired from my job.
And the media made it seem to everybody else that every state was like that, and it just wasn't the case.
Dude, my job would have fired me if I didn't get it.
Same with mine. Same
Yeah,
with mine. That's
I
why I
really
chose.
noticed.
Hey, is
That's why I
that
chose-
not now? What's fascist?
chose the
Now
conventional.
talk to me about fascism, okay?
Right,
And
right.
then talk to me about being forced to get a vaccine for the fucking flu.
To keep your
For
livelihood,
the fucking
exactly.
flu.
Under duress of your livelihood, exactly.
Like they were gonna. They don't want ICE to have.
You know, they have a
masks.
word for
They
that,
don't want
Tonk.
ICE
It's called.
to have masks.
You know,
But
Tonk,
if
they
I
have a
walked
word for
outside
that.
without a mask on during
Tonk.
COVID,
Tonk, they have a word for that. It's called informed consent. And I
if
don't know if anybody
Californians-
realizes this or not, but they hung German doctors for violating informed consent at Nuremberg.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And what would they do to people who didn't abide by COVID rules? You got fired, you got sued, you lost your job, you got outed, your business got closed down. What do you? Then they're saying
Tonk,
Trump is fascist.
Tonk, they weren't able to inform us before giving that consent.
And they're censoring the information about COVID.
And
Which
because
is
they have
also
convinced
fucking
everybody,
fascist.
and because they've convinced everybody that they know about it,
And it's like
nobody can say that we didn't have informed consent, even though they were lying to us about the information.
It was. I didn't, dude. I was pretty much forced to get that vaccine.
Okay, so you want to hear something? You want to hear something crazy? My son got the shot, right? If you get the shot,
I'm sorry, Liz.
if you put,
The fact that we're even allowed to have this conversation right now, where we couldn't have a year ago, tells you everything. Go ahead, Liz.
okay, so this is crazy. So my son showed me this. We were going underneath one of those black lights, right? He showed me his hand, and it turned a different color.
On the arm that got the shot?
Yep.
I have my suspicions about the early, rapid onset of full body arthritis that I'm suffering from.
So you
I
know
have
what?
my
But like,
suspicions.
but hold on a second. Now, I am not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not. I didn't have to grow up with fucking polio. I didn't have to grow up with,
I'm not either. And I don't think either one of us should have to tell anybody that, because it shouldn't be about being anti-vax or not.
No,
You know what
it's,
I mean?
but at the same time, it's like these things.
I get
These
what you're
things
saying. I know why you put the caveat out. You don't have to,
these things do save lives. I mean, look at what polio did to people. Like it was like but at the same time, I've always had health problems. Like my generation has definitely been the most vaccinated generation of people.
There's no doubt about that.
I had to get vaccines to go to middle school. I had to get vaccines as a little baby. I had to get vaccines, and now I got fucking health.
And your
problems like
schedule was
fucking
full of
crazy.
much more different stuff than ours was.
I had knee problems when I was a child that prevented me. I had to quit baseball.
Did you have Osgood Slatteran's disease?
Yes.
Holy
yes,
shit,
motherfucker.
dude. Holy shit, bro. I've never met anybody else, man.
I had to quit. I had fractures in both my knees because I was so athletic. I was such an adventurous athletic kid. My knees were hurting, but I didn't want to stop. And so I kept going, and I got microscopic fractures in my knees. You can ask Cap. He remembers when I was in braces.
And every time you would
I remember, buddy.
Yeah,
any athletic activity, your knees would be throbbing sore. Oh, bro, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
And doctors talk to me now about my knees. They're like, Osgood Schlatters disease.
You know how you have that little mountain, Tonk? You know how you have that little mountain in front of your knee that used to get bigger whenever it would start hurting?
Yeah.
I still have that ridge, dude.
But it's like,
I have pointy knees because of that
viruses,
shit, dude.
But no, it's like these vaccines. It's not necessarily the vaccine. It's that they put fucking mercury in them. They put formaldehyde in them.
We both grew up in Florida. Hold on. hold on. We both grew up in Florida in the same school system, and we
Lake
both
Worth.
had Osgood
Lake Worth.
Patterson
Both of
disease,
you in Lake Worth
very
area.
lesser-known disorder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because Christian schools
weird.
weren't forcing that shit.
That's
Christian
weird,
schools
but
weren't
not
forcing that
weird,
shit.
Tunk. You know what I mean?
No, it's bullshit, dude. It's one thing to give vaccines. Dude, you
my
know that
my
fucking
pattern recognition
RFK?
juices are starting
Dude,
to flow.
RFK
Gross.
just finally. You know that Bill Clinton signed a law that people who made vaccines didn't have to, like, they could put mercury and formaldehyde in the fucking vaccine. One of the most deadliest substances to our genome is mercury. It's by far one of the most deadliest substances that we can come in contact with, and they put it in our fucking vaccine. It's like, how it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you? And they're like, oh, it's a preservative. I don't give a fuck what it is.
See, this dude's born in Okeechobee. He had shin splints when he was growing up, bro.
It's like you can't inject somebody that has something that has formaldehyde in it and expect their body to be okay. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, this is crazy.
That's why I don't do prescription drugs unless it's absolutely
A lot of
necessary.
prescription drugs, a lot of the base of prescription drugs is petroleum.
Yep.
It's petroleum based.
That's I
have
to take.
All of our presidents have allowed this shit. They've all allowed it. They've allowed the fucking artificial flavors, artificial ingredients. All that shit is petroleum based, and all our fucking politicians. RFK is the first one in 50 years that actually went and stood and made shit change. It's like he's really fighting for us. Like, this shit is poison that they put in our food. It's literal poison. Would you drink a gallon of fucking motor oil? No. But you're consuming it every time you take a fucking vitamin or a fucking medication. It's fucking, and they put it on plates.
Have you ever smelled Tunk? Have you ever smelled rancid Mountain Dew or rancid Pepsi?
I'm not sure.
It smells like glue.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly.
Because it's breaking down to its base ingredient.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would companies put this shit in our food in the first place? Like, why? It's because it's owned by companies that make chemicals. It's owned by Bayer. It's owned by fucking. It's owned by Marlboro. It's owned
Bayer.
Marlboro.
If y'all didn't know,
check Cheez-It and shit. They own Cheez-It.
Hey, Bayer, if y'all didn't know, is owned by a company or bought, I can't remember which, but they're formed out of originally out of a company, a German company, called BASF. And BASF, I believe, is the company that was responsible for mass producing ZB.
Get this. Every time I take an antibiotic, I get sick off of it.
Yeah.
And did you know that the chemist, the German chemist that invented ZB, it was invented as a pesticide or a fertilizer or something, and his wife divorced him because of what it ended up being used for.
Yeah. Well, it's like when they started putting lead in gasoline. They knew lead was such a toxic ingredient, and they put it in our fucking gasoline.
So people were already like this idea that everybody was just looking the other way. No, not everybody was looking the other way.
Lead poisoning. Lead poisoning was most likely the fall of Rome.
Yeah, ZB. I'm not going to say it because I don't know what YouTube will do about it if I say what it actually is.
Is that tuberc?
No, it was a chemical that was used by the Germans. That's enough.
Oh, like mustard gas?
No, like the stuff in the camps, dude.
But it's just like, it's crazy that companies were allowed to put. It's like, why? It's so crazy, man. How our presidents, they made so much fucking money off lobbyists and shit, and our advisors that were getting presidents to sign these laws that allowed vaccine companies and food companies to do this shit. It's just crazy, dude. It's like, how can you really be for shit like that? Like, It's
Yeah,
just crazy, man.
And the sick thing was, Shelby, he didn't even invent it for that purpose, but he still sold it to them knowing that's what they were going to use it for.
You know, I heard that you know, the decaf coffee has got embalming fluid in it.
See, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Well,
I
actually,
wouldn't even.
I get your sentiment, Liz, but it's a little bit different than that. From what I understand, they use toluene to extract the caffeine.
No,
It's
but
washed
like,
in toluene.
But like, it's just like, it's not even necessary though. It's all produced by companies just trying to make more money and finding ways to make more money, and it's so allowed. It's ridiculous that it's been allowed. It's our government.
And for those that don't know, toluene is paint stripper.
Oh yeah, like that's any better.
That's why I said your sentiment was still correct.
It's crazy the stuff they put in our fucking food. You know, and now
the other thing, Shelby, is I think it's like, just interesting that these companies that made that stuff back then are still in existence today.
Yeah.
Because nobody held them responsible.
Exactly, and they're still not being held responsible. But
we'll hold the German people responsible for looking the other way.
Skittles just put out a statement not too long ago, and they said,
it was okay.
Take out
it was okay for the Russians to do what they did to German women, though. But it was okay for the Russians to do what they did to German women.
You're going to take them
because
out now?
You know they looked the other way. So
like,
real quick,
how are you putting them in there in the first place?
All right, boys.
It's like you fucking people, man.
I'm either shutting this down or Color and Tonk's gonna shut it down. I gotta go. Color, you gonna shut it down?
You know, at least we got someone in there. Like, regardless if you hate Trump or not, at least we got RFK in there, really trying to help us have a healthier fucking country.
I mean, the whole show's been in the weeds. If we're being real,
for fuck's sake,
we can shut it down.
Yeah. I've had enough.
Not that I wanted to cut Tonk off or anything.
No. It's not about cutting Tonk off. It's midnight and Capitan is done. All right. No football tomorrow.
Teflon Shelby, or also, who was it that made all the uniforms? Was that Hugo Boss or something?
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Wasn't it Hugo Boss that made all the uniforms?
What happened to Tonk? He must have lost it. I don't know. I'm shutting her down. We'll actually talk some Dolphins football tomorrow. So make sure you guys are here. I appreciate everybody coming through. Hit the like button on your way out. We'll see y'all next time.